Arizona sports, the local sports leader. Burns and Gambo starts now.
Straight up 2 o'clock on this Friday afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome into today's edition of the Burns and Gambo Show here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. My name is Dave Burns alongside the one, the only John Gambadoro. Hi, Gambo.
Burnsy, what's going on?
What is going on?
Crazy bunt double. Another starting pitcher who couldn't go deep into a baseball game.
Great work by the bullpen.
Great work by the
Geraldo
bullpen.
Perdomo, his first homer since opening day. That was nice to see.
Alec Thomas, how about catching the ball?
How about Alec Thomas catches the ball in the first inning? You got to catch that ball. You got to at a game
catch that ball.
That for the longest time felt like it was going to go about 4.5 hours.
I was like ready to be like, is McCann going to pitch again today? The way this thing was going.
Yeah, the way it started, it kind of felt that way. So
tough loss. It was would have been a great win, but tough loss.
Behind the scenes here, we're all texting each other, not knowing exactly when we're going to come on the air. It's you know what? I just realized I said straight up 2 o'clock.
Did he really? I missed that.
I said straight up 2 o'clock.
I'm always like trying to figure everything out.
I just went into autopilot and just did straight up 2 o'clock.
Straight up? Well,
2:48.
No, you got to scratch it. We got to do it again. You literally, you have to do it again. You can't, let's start it again.
Arizona sports, the local sports
You
leader.
gonna flex again?
Burns and Gambo starts now.
Straight up 250 on this Friday afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome into today's edition of the Burns and Gambo Show here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. My name is Dave Burns alongside the one, the only John Gambadoro. Hi, Gambo.
Burnsy, what's going on?
There, better? Is that better?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, we got to get the time right.
I gotta get the time right. I mean, people are
get the time
setting
right.
their watches to our show.
Well, I think you've got half your foot in Italy right now. You're, the time difference.
I think
stuff like that.
You have half my foot in Italy. You keep asking me about it. I'm the one trying to stay present and in the moment. And Gambo, like 10 minutes before the show starts. So where are you? Where are you going to be a month from right now? Gambo, I'm trying to think about where I'm going to be 10 minutes from right now on the air hosting a radio show. I'm like, I don't know. I have to look at the
dream vacation. You're going to Italy for the first time.
It is, but I got to get. I'm not going to get there.
You got to get there. Okay.
By focusing on it every single day. I'm very much about the stay in the moment, be present one day, and then it'll get here. Fly by. If I sit around thinking about a vacation all day, the days will go on forever, right? I'll get there.
I think about it all the time. How often do you think about Italy? All the time. Every day.
Gambo sent me
every single day
6 Instagram reels
I
yesterday.
freaking love Instagram.
I
love Instagram.
6, including one. I was honestly a little offended, and I let you know I was a little offended
with the
by
ranch
one.
dressing.
Like Italians don't eat ranch on their pizza. I'm like, dude, I don't eat ranch on my pizza. Okay. Don't send me this crap. Yeah. I'm good.
Nothing disgusts me more than somebody needing ranch dressing for pizza. It's disgusting to me. It makes me want to throw up.
Things you have to tell me about when I go to Italy, and I've picked your brain on these things.
Well,
putting ranch on my pizza is not one of them. I'm not worried about that.
I am very likely going to be named special envoy to Italy very soon. So in case you need anything else, just let me know.
I'll be sure to let you know. Congratulations on that.
I did not get the ambassador role, but I am close to being a special envoy.
Well, congratulations. You let us know when that becomes official, and we'll hold a big celebration in your honor. Okay? Well, just let us know when it's done.
I got to negotiate with the Pope and the PM. And
when it's official.
I negotiate on our behalf of the United States of America. I go to negotiate.
Fantastic. When it's official,
I will let you know.
Be sure to let us know.
Yeah.
Instead of just like talk in the wind, when it becomes concrete, I want to hear about it.
Do you need a college degree to do that job, Gambo?
No. I asked the president a couple of weeks ago when he was here, about the ambassador role, because we were talking. He said, you're not going to be the ambassador. He said, you're not going to be the ambassador. He goes, but I'm having some problems with the prime minister. He goes, how about special envoy? I don't even know what it is. I had to look it up. He goes, I can name you a special envoy to
I'm
Italy.
really glad he's going to get a job. He doesn't know what he needs
Seriously,
to do.
the fact that he had to look it up is, I think, is the number one qualification working against you for said job.
Right, but
that's a cool title. What exactly is that?
I had to look it up.
Let me
I wasn't
Google
sure,
it.
but I did not get the ambassador job. But he did say that I could be a special envoy to Italy.
Look, if
He
you
was
want more
serious.
info, you can always ask Grok, Gambo. He's got your back.
What do I have to do to be the special envoy to Italy? And can I get Bernsey any discounts?
And I do appreciate that too.
A couple free meals here and there.
We're obviously kind of in between things here. We're like a minute away from a break, and then we're gonna start our show at 3:00, and we're gonna get into this Diamondbacks loss.
Are you going to do the
today.
open a third time?
No, I'm not. No. My voice can't take it. It's already. I'm already starting to feel a little like it's starting to go. But we do have a lot to talk about with this Diamondbacks game.
We do.
Zack Gallen, we have to talk about. Geraldo Perdomo, we have to talk about. The bullpen, we have to talk about. Ildemaro Vargas, we have to talk about. So we got a lot to get into. So we'll take a break. And then when we come back, we'll get into our show. Full 3-hour edition. 3-hour edition.
Yeah, 3-hour edition.
On the Burns and Gambo Show, leading off with the Diamondbacks next here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
The Arizona Sports YouTube channel. Just the local sports leader doing what we do on YouTube. Serve yourself some Arizona sports for live shows, podcasts, viral clips, shorts, and more. Subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Love telling you about asset preservation, wealth, and tax. Stuart Willis, a fiduciary. I highly recommend to everybody out there having a financial advisor that can help you with a retirement plan, a financial plan, and even a tax plan, because many of us putting money away tax deferred, and we want to make sure that we are able to keep the majority of our money. And so that's why you have to have a tax plan. There are times to pay the taxes and times not to. And a lot of people get to retirement, they think they've got a certain amount of money, and then they realize that you're going to be taxed on a lot of it that wasn't tax deferred. So that's why I tell everybody about Stuart Willis. 5 locations in the Valley. Absolutely the best in the business. Stuart Willis has done a great job for me with my financial plan, retirement plan, and I highly recommend him to you. Now, you can get a free portfolio review, and you say, well, I don't know if I have a portfolio. You got a 401k, maybe some investments, a Roth IRA, got stuff like that, high-yield savings. You got a portfolio. Go to Stuart Willis and say, what can we do here? Your goal is to grow it, but your goal is also to have a plan, like what you want to do. When do you want to retire? How do you want to retire? How much money are you going to need? They'll put that all together for you. Call 602-877-PLAN. That's 602-877-PLAN.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
It's Desert Wind Harley's pre-owned red tag sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys under the Big Tent, tagged with liquidation pricing. Save $2,000, $4,000, even $6,000 at Desert Wind Harley's pre-owned red tag sale. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, no problem. Desert Wind Harley is accepting 100% of all credit applications. Desert Wind Harley's owner says 50 used bikes must go this week. You don't need perfect credit, don't need a cash down payment. Desert Wind Harley-Davidson is the largest volume Harley dealer in the state. Pre-owned red tag sale ends this Sunday.
No payments for 7 months, no interest for 90 days with approved credit.
When there are supply constraints on commodities, prices surge. You saw it with fuel prices, with the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. And you know what else is a limited commodity? Gold. They mine it out of the ground, and when it's gone, it's gone. Governments can't just print more of it. That's why everyone from central banks to savvy savers are diversified with gold. If you've been thinking about it for years, but have still never moved some of your savings into physical gold, Birch Gold Group is who I trust to help you. Stan Bongino, and now through May 29th, Birch Gold is giving first-time gold buyers a rebate of up to $10,000 on qualifying purchases. For details and a free information kit on diversifying into gold, text Dan to the number 989898. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Text Dan to the number 989898 to see if you qualify for a first-time gold buyer rebate of up to $10,000. Again, text Dan to 989898 today. Message and data rates apply.
Wolf, you've had All Pro Shade concepts at your house for a couple of years now. What is one thing you'd tell your listeners about them?
Oh, buddy, you gotta have shade.
Exactly. You want to cool down your patio?
You gotta have shade.
That's right. And how about a little privacy?
You gotta have shade.
Want a comfortable outdoor space for your whole family to enjoy?
You gotta have shade.
Wolf, can you say anything else?
Do like I did. Get your free estimate at allproshade.com. That's allproshade.com. Because you gotta have shade.
Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, this is Dave Burns.
And John Gambadoro.
And every year we hear far too many heartbreaking stories involving children and water.
Please take 2 seconds out of your day to help prevent these tragedies.
Learn life-saving water safety tips and get free swim lessons from the YMCA while supplies last.
Go to Fulton2seconds.com or text SWIM to 620-620.
And never forget that 2 seconds is too long to take your eyes off kids near water.
This is Doug Fulton of Fulton Homes, proud to partner with KTAR to keep your kids safe around water.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Live from the Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort Studio.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
I'm Mitch Vareldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. In Game 1 of their series against the Cubs, the Snakes tried clawing their way back after an early 6-1 deficit. Unfortunately, they could not complete the comeback. Final score 6-5. However, Ildemaro Vargas kept on hitting, pushed that hitting streak to 27 straight games, 24 this season, all part of a 4-for-4 day at the plate for good old Drip Vargas. Game 2 of the series will be tomorrow afternoon at 11:20. In the NBA playoffs, 3 Game 6s on the docket. First, the Orlando Magic look to stun the Detroit Pistons. That's coming up in an hour. Cavaliers look to advance past the Raptors at 4:30, while the Lakers look to end things for the Rockets at 6:30. And then over in the Stanley Cup playoffs, another 3 Game 6s on the ice. The Montreal Canadiens look to finish off the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight at 4. The Buffalo Sabres look to get past the Boston Bruins at 4:30. And the Vegas Golden Knights hope to leave the Mammoth in Salt Lake City, I wish they were still in Arizona, tonight at 7. And that is what's trending now.
Hey, it's Vince Marotta. Join us Monday morning when hopefully we won't be talking about the pitching line of James McCann, or Brian McCann for that matter. It all starts at 6 here on Arizona Sports, 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
No, Vinny, but you will be talking about the pitching line of Zack Gallen.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Diamondbacks give them a scare, but the Cubs hang on and win it by a final score of 6-5. They take the series opener.
Let's weigh in on our top story of the day here on the Burns and Gambo Show.
Burns and Gambo, the weigh-in.
Diamondbacks lose today to the Chicago Cubs by a score of 6-5. That's why we're a little bit short today. Coming on the back end of that, we'll still be here with you for a full 3 hours. And I mean, there's 2 stories. Well, there's 3 stories today. It just depends on where you want to start.
Let me see. Vargas
is
the
one.
Venezuelan hits record.
Yep,
By the way,
one.
also going 4 for 4 and getting on base all 5 times.
He's hitting 404 on the season.
Number 2 is Zack Gallen, and another starting pitcher that cannot go deep into the game and has a miserable first inning. The third one is
the comeback in general.
The loss.
The comeback. I was going to say the comeback in general. The Geraldo Perdomo home run,
3-run homer,
and the fact that the way that game was going, I think we were all thinking, "Oh my God, another James McCann outing," and instead it turned into a heck of a ball game, a heck of a comeback. But they fall short, despite the fact that Perdomo's 3-run shot cut it to a single run. Diamondbacks aren't able to finish the deal. They lose to the Cubs 6-5.
Yeah, to 16-15 on the season right now, and to me, you know, I'm watching that game and that first inning. It's just such a battle for these starting pitchers. You're down 3-0 in the first inning, and Gallen's thrown 28 pitches, and you're like, okay, he's not long for this game. he battles back in the second and the third, and he gives himself a chance to maybe go a little bit deeper by, I think he only threw like 12 pitches. I think he was at 40 after the second. But then he implodes again in the third. The third's no good. And, the fourth, and then he gets knocked out of the game. He gets knocked out of the game, and, I think at that point they brought in Ryan Thompson with a runner on second, and he got out of that. And then the bullpen was great, from Thompson to Garcia.
Brandon Garcia was fantastic.
He was fantastic. Oh, my goodness.
Today.
He's got a problem with walks. He didn't walk anybody in 2 innings.
He was fine with that today.
And he had a major problem with walks. That was the reason why he didn't make the team out of spring training. And even in the minor leagues, he had a high amount of walks. I think he had 10 walks in the minors. And then Ginkgo comes in, and he's terrific. Bullpen gives you a chance to get back in it. You get the 3-run homer by Perdomo after the incredible bunt double by Barossa. But you just can't, at the end of the game, against a depleted bullpen that's missing some key guys, you're not able to rally against Matone and Webb. You're not able to get any runs off of those guys over the last 3 innings. You go quietly. You just needed 1 run, and you weren't able to get it. So they lose the baseball game. But I think the biggest story simply is, here we go, another starting pitcher that can't go deep into the game. This is a major problem for them.
It's the defining problem of the Arizona Diamondbacks right now. Pitches needed in the first inning for the Diamondbacks in their last 4 games. 35, 25, 28, and 28. Zack Gallen gave up the 3 runs that you mentioned in the first inning of the game. He did not get help from his defense. Alex Thomas needs to call off the infielder, and he needs to catch that ball in center field. Got
to catch that ball.
Going to throw you the numbers here. This is for the whole season so far, so this isn't just...
Including today?
Including today.
Oh, who did that?
This isn't... I believe it was D-Back Stats and Info or Alex Weiner, one of the two.
That's impressive.
Diamondbacks starting pitchers in the first inning so far this season. 8.10 ERA, worst in baseball. 1.80 whip, 29th in baseball.
Yeah.
309 batting average against, 29th in Major League Baseball.
I mean, this is crazy. They might need a starter. They might have to start thinking about this. It's like, if this continues, you might, like the Cubs guy today, he doesn't usually start, right? They usually have a starter in front of him, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually have somebody that starts in front of him.
No, they don't. What?
No, he starts. He's a starter in their rotation.
But I thought he also relieved this year, too.
They usually have a guy that starts in front of him on some games.
Didn't he relieve a little bit, too? I thought
he did when we had a full rotation of pitching with starting pitchers, but we don't. So
when Matthew Boyd got hurt, so they moved him into the rotation. I
could have sworn that he was a guy that they... I could have sworn. I'm going to look it up because I almost... All right, I'll look it up. But I thought he was a guy that they would have, they usually have a starter in front of him. No? Maybe because the bullpen's depleted?
They did it when they transferred him over. Ben Brown, who was supposed to be a starter, they'd occasionally have him come in, and then Ray would do long relief. But since they're too depleted in their pitching staff right now.
Okay. Is it something to think about? Like have Kevin Ginkel start the game, or have not a lefty, but have somebody start the game? Like, something's wrong here. It's got to be the highest ERA in all of baseball in the first inning, right? It has to be the highest.
Well, starting pitchers in the 8.10, worst in Major League Baseball.
Worst in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Listen, if you guys can't get out of the first inning, you're going to come in the second. I'm going to throw a reliever to get through the first 3 guys because you're not getting the job done. I mean, this is really disturbing right now.
When the Diamondbacks had to do that in the World Series, it was kind of like, God, really? Let's never do this again. Let's make sure we never have to do this again. To think that we're even having this conversation, to think that we're even entertaining this thought at this point, right? Like, it's like, God, we were trying so hard to get away from that, and yet Diamondback starters over the last 10 games, 11.08 ERA. I mean, it's brutal, and it's largely because, as you're pointing out, 3 2/3, 3 innings, 4 2/3, 5, 3 innings, 5, 4 1/3, a third of an inning. That's the distance your starters have given you in each of these games over the last 10, and so when Gallen has the first inning that he has, you're thinking, okay, here we go again. And it's 6-1. You're thinking, here we go again. Now, to their credit, thanks in part to, like you say, the bunt double and not the grand slam, but the 3-run homer from Geraldo Perdomo, they got back to within a run and made this at least an entertaining baseball game to watch. There haven't been a lot of entertaining baseball games to watch this week. They got blown out twice against Milwaukee. At least today's game gave you a little bit of entertainment value. But you're right. Until they figure out, and this puts all the pressure on Ryan Nelson tomorrow. And this puts all the pressure on Merrill Kelly on Sunday.
And Ryan Nelson's had a problem getting out of the first inning, too.
And they both.
Merrill Kelly's walking a lot of batters.
You talk about two guys who would excel if they didn't have a lot of pressure on them, right? Would be in a nice spot if they didn't have to have this whole big problem in the back of their mind.
Yeah.
Now they do. Now they have to have this whole big problem in the back of their mind.
Yeah, one of the things I saw something today on the ABS system and what the ABS is meant to baseball. One of the things is like the walk rate is up like a lot because of the ABS. Like the walks are up a whole lot. Now, I don't know, if a lot of teams aren't using their challenges till later, but that was interesting to me. But the Diamondbacks are just, you're getting in trouble with the walks. They're getting in trouble with the long when a guy throws 30 pitches in the first inning, he's not lasting very long in this baseball game.
No.
You got to get out of these innings. And again, I don't know if a starter is the answer for some of these guys, if it's something they've got to think about. But if you cannot continue to go down this path, you're going to burn out this bullpen before July if you keep going down this path.
They made this point during the radio broadcast when I was driving in, specifically speaking about Zack Gallen, okay? And he came into the start with a 3.14 ERA. Okay, so I mean, some of the other metrics said maybe it wasn't that good, but he comes in with a 3.14 ERA. Listen to his strikeouts per 9, okay? This is over his last 5 seasons.
Okay.
9.4, 9.4, 9.5, 8.2, 5.3 this year, strikeouts per 9. He's not getting swing and miss stuff at
there was a couple times
so
today
far.
he challenged guys with the fastball and got them.
Yeah.
There were a couple times today I'm just going to rear back and I'm going to throw it right by you. And I thought he was pretty good at it. But, I mean, it's, strikeouts per 9 innings is an important stat. You want to get those. Another problem with this team is I don't know what the answer is. How many times were they 3-2 on a batter today?
Felt like all day.
All freaking day.
All day.
3-2, 3-2, 3-2. Everybody's 3-2. It's incredible.
Troy Lovello on D-backs TV apparently yelling, "Wake up" to the team in the dugout during this game.
Yeah, I know you're down there, and you heard me letting it eat a little bit with those guys. At that point, I need to get their attention. I need to straighten them up a little bit. It was unacceptable what I was watching for the first couple innings, and everybody was. You can include everybody. One through 26. They all needed to be kind of tightened up a little bit. And, I'm like the corner man. At that point in time, you got to be able to get their attention quickly and say the right things on the right cues. And I felt like that was the best thing for me to do at that point in time.
He was having that conversation with Todd Walsh. Obviously, Todd's down there literally next to the dugout. And apparently, at some point during that game, Lovello just screams at the top of his lungs, "Wake up. Wake up." So he's getting frustrated.
Yeah, I'm asking right now, do you guys have to start thinking about a starter? This can't happen. This first inning, 30 pitches in the first inning is just, it's got to.
And when you talk about a starter, you mean an opener.
An opener.
Yeah,
an opener.
You're saying a starter, but I know what you mean. I just want to make sure I explain it to our audience. An opener. Like a reliever who comes in and opens the game for you and throws the first inning, and then you come back. Right,
an opener. An opener, so somebody throws first inning and you come in the second inning. So I wonder if that's something that they've got to think about because it's just really bad. And, and the other thing is, forget about the high pitch counts. You're digging yourself a hole in all of these games.
Of course.
You're down 3-0 in the first inning. You're always playing from behind. That's got to stop.
When we come back on the Burns and Gambo Show, Mat Ishbia proved all the doubters wrong last year. His vision of the Suns became reality, and he took a little bit of a victory lap yesterday. It was deserved. Now the hard part, and that's next on the Burns and Gambo Show.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend that was vintage Devin Booker against Oklahoma City. In this series against Oklahoma City, and I think to be fair, we got to count the play-in too, he didn't look like an elite scorer by any means.
He looked like he was thinking about playing the game as opposed to just playing the game. I think the responsibility that he feels for not just being the player he is, but to involve others is detrimental to his aggressiveness. I think he's trying to be something basically, Basinonians, that he really isn't. They need a point guard.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
All right, if you watch it on YouTube, I've got my M drive right here. Got my M Drive, got my workout in today, and I've got my M Drive that I take every single day to help me, to help support, boost my healthy testosterone, help me with energy and metabolism and endurance and stamina and all the things that I need to get me through my workouts, because I go pretty hard on a regular basis to push myself as much as I can. I want to get my heart rate up. I want to get it down. I want to get it up. I want to get it down. I want to make sure that I'm pushing my body so that I don't age very much. I don't want to be a guy that just sits on the couch all day. I don't want to be a guy that after dinner just sits and watches TV for 3 hours. I want to go for a walk for 30 minutes, right? I want to help the blood sugar and everything like that. So for me, M-Drive's been a great support system for me for decades, over a decade. I've been taking M-Drive. Now, you could get it at Sprouts. It's the #1 men's selling health brand at Sprouts. You could also go online at mdriveformen.com, put Gambo in the promo code. I believe you get a discount. All you have to do is go online at mdriveformen.com.
Are you planning a home renovation? Getting quotes on windows, doors, cabinets, countertops, or flooring? Before you commit, visit the Window Depot and make sure you're not overpaying. The Window Depot is your one-stop shop for top quality products at the lowest prices. We're locally owned and operated with no installers and no middlemen, so you save big. Perfect for DIYers, contractors, and homeowners. Visit a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
In baseball, every decision matters. One pitch can change the game. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And like a good manager, building a strong financial plan takes strategy and the right team.
Torey Lavello here. Jeff's right. In baseball, you can't just watch one part of the field. You have to see the whole game.
And that's how we think about financial planning. Most advisors just manage investments and refer you somewhere else for taxes or estate planning.
But the best teams work together.
Exactly. At Trajan Wealth, we built a family office model that brings everything together. Wealth, tax, estate. One team making sure every part of your plan plays well together.
That's why I trust Trajan Wealth. With my family's plan, they see the whole field.
Call Trajan today. 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
May is marvelous at Talking Stick Resort with a chance to win a 2026 Audi Q8 55 TFSI Quattro. Earn entries to the grand prize drawing all May long. Then on May 28th, you have a chance to win up to $10,000 or the grand prize, a 2026 Audi Q8 55 TFSI Quattro. Don't miss your chance to drive away in style. Details at TalkingStickResort.com. Talking Stick Resort. Life well played. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Hey, it's Luke. What moves do the Phoenix Suns absolutely need to make this offseason? We'll talk about that Monday at 10 a.m. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Hopefully you realize that although I'm proud of where we are, we have a long ways to go to where we're going. And I got the right people and the right vision and the right organization here with me, and we're going to do it together.
It's Mat Ishbia during his press conference yesterday. Then we had the Suns owner on our show yesterday afternoon, and we'll revisit a little bit later on in the show some of his comments about Dillon Brooks, which surprisingly kind of moved the needle a little bit with Suns fans. I didn't realize there'd be so much conversation about a contract extension for Dillon Brooks that I presumed was going to be kind of universally appealing. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Dan Bickley, and I think we all acknowledge this to be the truth. Dan Bickley wrote a column this morning on ArizonaSports.com, Gambo, in which he said, look, Mat Ishbia deserved the victory lap that he took yesterday.
He did.
His coach worked out great. His front office worked out great. His team that everybody, just about everybody, thought was going to stink turned out to be really, really good. Mat Ishbia deserved to kind of thump his chest a little bit yesterday. Now comes the very, very, very hard part. You're an 8th seed in the NBA, and you got to try to elevate, and that is very difficult to do.
How many games did they win last year?
They won 36 games last year.
And they went to 45
this year, yes.
And I think you'll agree with this. I think it was easier to go from 36 wins to 45 wins.
100%.
Than it will be to go from 45 to 50.
100%.
Right? Everybody agree with that?
Yeah. The
easier to go from 36 to 45 because you were starting low.
Yeah.
And again, truthfully, addition by subtraction. They needed to get rid of some of that dead weight that was crushing them. The second they did that, it's why I believe they'd be better. I didn't care who they had on the roster. Getting rid of those guys, to me, made them a better team automatically because those guys were a drain on the system. But going from 36 to 45 was truly, it was easier. I'm not saying it was easy, but it was easier than what the next step is. Now you're going to go from 45 to 50, which means you've got to pass some better teams that are ahead of you.
Yeah.
You got to figure out a way to be better than the Rockets or the Lakers or, some of the Denver Nuggets, who might be easy to be better than the Nuggets. Sorry, Mitch. But, you've got to find a way to be better than some of these teams.
Mitch is no emotion in there whatsoever. His face barely even flinched when you said that.
I thought Denver was going to win. I was so pissed watching that game last night. I was really just so pissed.
Yeah, who would have thought that Rudy Gobert would have got one over on Nikola Jokic? I didn't have that on the bingo card last night. And now Lauren's looking over at Mitch to see if we're going to get a reaction. And I think he's going to play some sound now.
They got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels kicked their ass.
He shut Jamal Murray down last
Remember
night.
when the Timberwolves were so desperate to hold on to Jaden McDaniels in the Rudy Gobert trade, and you specifically, Gambo, came on and emphasized that? They look pretty smart now, don't they?
Yeah.
Really smart.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, because the Suns were in deep talks with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and people didn't like Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert's been great for them. He's been great for them.
He's been very good for them. To your point, yes, I agree with you. The 9-win improvement they had this year, you cut that in half, it's going to be twice as hard next year, too, even improved by 5 games. And I think a couple of things make it difficult.
Okay.
I think the number one thing that makes it the most difficult is, let's be honest here, the Suns and the way they closed out the season didn't exactly leave a good taste in your mouth.
The last 30, it wasn't like the last 10 games. It was like the last 30.
16 and and 23.
And they lost to Portland at home?
They were 16 and 23 over their last 39 basketball games that they played. So that part
does that include the playoffs?
I believe that includes the playoffs, yes.
Okay, so if you take out the 6 games in the playoffs, okay, it was more like 30-32. But to your point, 39 games, they didn't have a winning record.
Take out the 6 games in the playoffs, it's 15 and 18.
Okay, right. That's a problem.
But that's still a problem.
It's
that's
a problem.
Still
below 500.
It's almost like if you could have flipped the results somehow, and if you'd started the season with that record, but then ended 30 and 19,
we'd probably just be going to lunch now.
I think we'd all feel great about their ability to take that leap from 45 to 48, 49, 50 wins.
So give me a reason. Okay, if I said, here's a reason I think they can do it, I would say that you're going to be healthier. You would expect to be healthier with Mark Williams, with Dylan Brooks, with Jalen Green, and you would expect that there's continuity. Is there another reason you would think that they can do it?
That's the main reason. That and improvement of young players like Kamad Malowich and Rasheer
What's
Fleming.
the reason that they're not going to be able to do it?
Everybody knows they're coming.
Okay, that's fair.
They surprise no one now.
That's fair.
No, everyone knows it. Everyone's seen it. Dylan Brooks, year 2. Devin Booker, year 2 in this system. Jordan Ott, year 2. They're not gonna catch anybody surprise in the first half of the season. I think that's going to be part of it.
And the other thing I would say is if this book decline continues, they're not going to get there.
Well, there's that.
He's got to turn it around.
Something you and I and the other shows have talked a lot about. I'm still not convinced the pairing of Devin Booker and Jalen Green work very well together. And I also think that I understand continuity and player development. They have to make some changes on this roster. They have to. And I hope they do.
You know what we didn't talk about? They talked about re-signing Brooks. They talked about keep Green and Book and developing Fleming and Malawach and keeping Gillespie and keeping Goodwin and Mark Williams. No conversations at all about Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen.
Well, I asked Matt about it yesterday.
Right.
And
he said Grayson's got to get healthy. But I don't think he locked in on those guys.
I wouldn't say he guaranteed their return, but we did ask him about those two players, and I
think that's the avenue.
The whole theme is continuity. This team's coming back. Continuity. This team's coming back. Can I read off a little piece of information to you here? Sure. I think this comes from the uber talented Doug Haller, who has been covering Valley sports for a long time on the
Truly
Athletic.
one of the best writers.
He really is very, very good,
and a good guy too. I sit next to him at a lot of the games. He's a good person, and he's a good writer.
A couple days ago, he wrote this on theathletic.com. Sneaking into the playoffs as an 8th seed does not always serve as a springboard. Over the last 10 seasons, only 9 of the 20 8th seeded teams improved their regular season records the following season.
I'm trying to follow along, so say it again. 9 of the 28?
9 of the 20.
9 of the 20.
8th seeded teams improved their win total from the year they were the 8th seed to the next year. A little less than half. And the ones that made the biggest jumps did because they made major personnel changes. 2023, Minnesota got Karl Anthony Towns back. Made all the difference in the world.
Okay.
2021, Memphis got Jaren Jackson Jr. back. Made all the difference in the world. 2016, the Houston Rockets hired Mike D'Antoni to be their coach. Made all the difference in the world. Now, 2 of those examples are injured players coming back and playing. Is Jalen Green the ilk of Karl Anthony Towns and Jaren Jackson Jr.? We'll see. We'll see if him being able to stay healthy equates to that level of newness for a team. And I guess the point I take out of this is keeping everything stagnant and keeping everything the same. I don't know if that's a recipe for improvement the way your brain might trick you into thinking that it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's teams that it seems like to me like Miami is in the play-in every year. I don't know how many years in a row it is. I think they've been in a play-in for 5 straight years. I'd have to look it up, but I think they've been in a play-in for like 5 straight years. It seems like Golden State is always in the play-in.
Yes.
Always in the play-in. The goal is not to be in a perennial play-in team. It's not where you want to live. Now, listen, the Suns got 4 extra home games this year. That's probably $1.5 million to $2 million in revenue each game that they got. I'm going to say it's $2 million in revenue. It's another $8 million. That's good revenue. Like being able to get those 4 games, the Portland game, the Golden State game, the 2 games against OKC. My rough estimate is say $2 million a game in extra added revenue. It's $8 million. It's good. That helps their bottom line and what they're trying to do. Even though Mat Ishbia doesn't care about money, it does help. But you don't want to live in that. You don't want to live in that area. You want to live in because you want to get past the first round. And the easiest way to get past the first round is to not be a play-in team. Because play-in teams very rarely are able to get past the first round.
They were a play-in team this year. They were the number 8 seed in 2025, 24, and 23. In 22, they were the number 1 seed.
Miami?
Miami.
So how many years in a row is it play-in?
4. 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row.
Like, you don't want to be there.
No, you don't want to be there. You really that's not success.
No.
That's not success. That's stalling. Is what that is. That is you're spinning your tires in the mud. You're getting no traction. You're not going anywhere. I don't define that as success. That certainly not the kind of success that Mat Ishbia wants for this organization. That's not winning.
Yeah. Could you live with it for 1 more year?
Yeah, one more year, and then after that, it's time to make a move. Time to make a move.
I wonder how many of those teams go south. And Dan, I know he didn't do the research on it, but
Well, he said 9 of the 20 improved, so I would assume 11 of the 20 had a worse record.
Even a worse.
11 of the 20 went backwards from being the 8th seed, and that's the danger.
So to Bickley's point, and to what we've just said, yeah, it's going to be harder to go now be a 50-win team than it was to jump up to 45 this year.
Okay, I'm gonna pinch my nose when I read this next tease here. Everyone's favorite mysterious quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, is still technically unemployed. Does he want to reunite with a certain Cardinals coach? God, this story stinks. Next on the Burns and Gambo Show.
He's the president of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Derek Hall talks D-backs baseball with Bickley and Murata. Thursday mornings at 7:45. Brought to you by Freeway Chevrolet. Watch it on YouTube. Listen on the Arizona Sports app and 98.7.
For over a century now, Ford has been part of America. In my family, it's been generations. Paul Calvisi here. My grandfather worked for Ford Motor. My first car, a classic Mustang, still have it. But going to our Desert Ford dealers today means getting more than a vehicle. We're talking a full suite of benefits like complimentary Ford mobile service or try Ford pickup and delivery. Yes, to and from your door, and it's easy scheduling in the Ford Pass app. Tough would be built Ford tough. More than a slogan, it's an identity of the F-Series trucks, and the all-new 2026 F-150 is the best yet. With a completely redesigned interior and exterior adventure, how about the Ford Bronco Sport? It says, let's get it, with 5 available trims so you can forge your own path. We recently bought a new Explorer at our Desert Ford dealers. Love the flexible seating up to 7. All the cargo room, the advanced tech. Bottom line, Ford is the future at our Desert Ford dealers. Just click buyfordnow.com.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
In Arizona, your windows are more than just a view. They're the only thing standing between you and 115-degree heat. Hey, everybody, Dan Bickley here, and this is why you call my friends at Advanced Window Products, because they don't just sell windows, they build them to withstand the harsh desert climate, and they build them specifically for your home, never retrofitted on site. Advanced Window Products, celebrating their 40th year in business. They're Arizona's #1 window replacement company. They've got their own factory right here in the valley, which means they build your windows, they install your windows, and then they guarantee them for life. And remember, the installation is always done by full-time vetted crews, never random subcontractors. And during their May window upgrade event, you get $2,500 off the purchase of 10 or more windows. Give them a call at 480-764-2110 or find them online at advancedwindows.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Ron Wolfley, and I'm sitting here with Garrett Lee, co-owner of Moving Team 6. Moving season is quickly approaching, and I didn't even know there was a moving season. How would you advise people?
Actually, the month of May is National Moving Month. That's right, we have a National Moving Month. Yes, we will be busy this summer, so we always recommend calling us as soon as possible. Let us come out, do an on-site estimate. Let us meet you.
If you've got a move coming up, go to movingteam6.com for more information.
Your move is our mission.
I'm Mitch Vareldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Game 1 of the Diamondbacks series against the Cubs. They tried to fight their way back from an early 6-1 deficit. Unfortunately, Arizona could not complete that comeback. Final score 6-5. Ildemaro Vargas kept on hitting, though, pushed that hitting streak to 27 games, 24 in 2026, all part of a 4-for-4 day at the plate for good old Drip Vargas. Game 2 of the series is tomorrow afternoon at 11:20. In the NBA playoffs, we got 3 Game 6s on the docket for you. Just about to tip off about a half hour or so from now. The Orlando Magic hoping to stun the Detroit Pistons in round 1. Later, the Cavaliers will look to advance past the Raptors. That'll be at 4:30. And then the Lakers look to end things for the Rockets tonight at 6:30. And then over in the Stanley Cup playoffs, 3 more Game 6s. The Canadiens are hoping to finish off the Lightning. That'll be tonight at 4, so about 30 minutes from now. The Buffalo Sabres hoping to get past the Bruins at 4:30. And then the Golden Knights hope to leave the Mammoth in Salt Lake City tonight at 7. This report is brought to you by Asset Preservation, Wealth, and Tax. Retirement comes with stealth taxes, Medicare surcharges, Social Security taxation, and forced distributions. Schedule your retirement tax and income stress test today at AssetPreservationWealth.com.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here. Will the Diamondbacks still be above 500 when we get back on the air on Monday? We'll discuss our baseball team. Fun begins at 6 a.m. on Arizona Sports, the Arizona Sports app, the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
You know, I'll tip jar.
Waiting for you to do
I
it.
am the warrior.
I was just waiting for it
Little
to happen.
Patty Smythe scandal. Good song. Crazy video. The Goodbye to You video is pretty good. This one's a little bit crazy with all the makeup and that stuff.
I watched
Warrior.
my first music video in years a couple of days ago.
Young Lean?
I haven't. No. Well,
rapper?
you know what? I'm sorry.
That was freaking awesome.
I watched my second music video in years the other
one
day.
I
watched that one, and then I watched another one. Everyone's like, you got to check out this video. So I watched it, and it was really funny.
Which one?
It's a song called Dry Spell by Casey Musgraves, and it's a really funny video. It's really funny. Yeah. Anyway, that leads us into our segment here. There's no obvious transition.
Where is this stuff coming from?
Well,
like, where is this even coming from?
So here's where it started.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Steelers made an unusual move by placing an unrestricted free agent tender on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they would get draft compensation if somebody else signed him.
If you've never heard of the UFA tender, the story I'm reading, don't worry, you're not alone. It's a seldom used strategy. It's been utilized 6 times in the NFL in the last 10 years. Okay, so it's not
very rare.
It's not like the franchise tag. It's not the transition tag. It's way rare, right? But the Steelers hope Rodgers wants to return for another season. With his status up in the air, they decided to do this in case he decides to go to another team and they get a comp pick. They want to take out a little insurance policy on Aaron Rodgers, typically, as he always does, taking his sweet-ass time figuring out what he's going to do and where he's going to go.
OTA start next week? He doesn't want to be involved in any of this stuff.
Of course not. He doesn't want to show up at training, but he can still sign, right? Like, he can still agree to terms, and they could just work out an agreement where he's not going to be at OTAs and he shows up for training camp. But still,
hard to be a leader, right? Hard to be a leader, though, when you got an excuse. Hey, I wasn't signed, so I didn't show up. But when you're signed and you don't show up, you look like you're more of an individual, which he is.
Yeah, here's Art Rooney, quote, Art Rooney II. The main thing that the tender gives us is the potential for a comp pick if Aaron would choose to go to another team. We don't expect that, but by the same token, you never know. It's just something we had an opportunity to protect.
It's like an insurance policy.
That's exactly it.
Just in case we'll get some compensation. Okay.
So, websites looking for content and traffic and clicks, and certainly you clicked it. I clicked it. I think a lot of Cardinal fans clicked it. CBSSports.com. The Arizona Cardinals are a possible landing spot for Aaron Rodgers because they just speculated on, okay, if he's dragging his feet with Pittsburgh, where else could he go?
Right, and then they'll tie in Nathaniel Hackett and the friendship and
the
LaFleur and
connection,
the brother.
Mike and Matt and all that.
Right. Why would Aaron Rodgers want to play for a 3-win football team?
Why would the Arizona Cardinals want Aaron Rodgers to play for a 3-win football team?
Why would they even want? This is so absurd. It's just so. First of all, this state is not big enough for Danica Patrick and Aaron Rodgers to live in. Okay, it's not. It's just not big enough for the. I got Lauren to laugh. I got Lauren. I got Lauren.
It's a pretty big state.
It's a big state, but we cannot have. It is not big enough to to have Danica Patrick and Aaron Rodgers in the same Phoenix metropolitan area.
They might bump into each other.
That cannot happen.
At a better buzz somewhere.
That cannot happen.
Oh, hey. Good to see you again, Danica. Hi, how are you?
She'd probably beat his ass. Yeah.
Go ahead. So, yeah.
She would. I think she'd beat his ass.
This is Michelle Smallman on a couple days ago. Says, I can't believe the Steelers are doing this again.
What are they doing? Waiting around for him again? Omar Khan and company said, it's going to be different this year. We're not going to have to wait around. The timeline is not going to be as long as it was last year. It really doesn't seem like a lot has changed. I just don't understand why they are going down this road again. But especially because you're ushering a new era with Mike McCarthy as the head coach. But it feels like you're kind of stuck in the same position as you were last year. It doesn't feel like a new era of Pittsburgh Steelers football if you're going down the same road as you did last year, waiting for a quarterback in his 40s to decide whether or not he wants to play football.
Going down that lonely road.
The only road they've ever known.
The only road they've ever known. It's just like, I think it's honestly some of the stupidest decisions that teams make is to take these older quarterbacks who have nothing left and then let's try to make Russell Wilson work. Let's try to make Aaron Rodgers work. Like, what did it get them last year, right? They got to the playoffs, barely got in, and they lost in the first game. And it's just, I'd rather just play a younger guy and take my lumps and develop them than have Aaron Rodgers win me 7 games. I've never understood the philosophy. That's why Kirk Cousins isn't a starting quarterback anywhere this year. Nobody wanted him as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, I think the philosophy... can work right guy, right situation. And the Arizona Cardinals are a living, breathing embodiment of that because it worked twice for them, right? Maybe not as old as Aaron Rodgers.
But it wasn't 1 year. It wasn't 1 year fixes. One was here for 3 years, and Carson was here for 3 or 4.
But only
they weren't fixes for 1 year.
But only because they had success in the first year that warranted keeping them around for more years. I'm like, I don't know if anybody thought for sure Kurt Warner was the long-term option when he signed here, or that Carson Palmer was the long-term option when he signed here. But both were so good. You're like, hey, look at us. Look what we found here. A quarterback who's going to lead us to the playoffs. A quarterback who's going to lead us to the Super Bowl. It can work. I agree with you that it's more rare when it does as opposed to when it doesn't. And I think you could debate whether it's worked in Pittsburgh or not. They did go to the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
For all your talk on the Warner and Palmer thing worked out, we also had a colossal failure with Sam Bradford.
Of course.
Colossal failure.
But that's my point, is that there are rare occasions where it does work, and there are times where it blows up in your face and fails miserably.
And there are more examples of it not working. Dave Brown, Kent Graham, Boomer Esiason. There are a lot more examples of it not working here. Now, you have to go back to some early Vince Tobin, Dave McGinnis years, but you remember when they had Dave Brown, they had Boomer Esiason, they had Kent Graham. That stuff that never worked.
Yeah, and I'm not bringing up the Warner thing or the Palmer thing to advocate for signing Aaron Rodgers. I am not advocating for signing Aaron Rodgers. I would rather see Carson Beck play and start in every single game for the Arizona Cardinals in 2026 than watch Aaron Rodgers start in one, without debate or hesitation. I don't. It's a waste of time. It's a waste. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your development. It's a waste of games. You're taking valuable NFL games that can be used to decide whether you actually found something in Carson Beck, and you'd be wasting them on a player who is not your long-term answer, is never going to stay multiple years, is never going to work out multiple years, and quite frankly, is probably going to bring a level of potential division into your locker room that you just don't want to deal with.
That's a great point.
You just don't want to deal with that.
Right. Guy's going to be separate from everybody else. He goes by his own accord. He doesn't want to be with his teammates. It's I don't know. It's just a terrible idea. I don't know why it's even been brought up. It doesn't make any sense to me at all that you would even consider this. I'll try to. I mean, I didn't even chase this.
I wouldn't even. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, but I don't think I would waste my time if I were you on chasing down Aaron Rodgers, unless unless you want to. Chase it down. Sometimes when it comes to chasing these stories, you are like the perpetual, dog playing fetch with the ball in the park. I mean, you love to run these things down.
Okay, well, maybe I will.
It's up to you.
Maybe
totally
I will.
Up to you. Totally up to you.
Okay. I'll think about it. I'll think of there was one time in my life I heard something so absurd I didn't chase it down. I had it 2 weeks before anybody else. You remember what that was, right?
Remind me, what was it?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Somebody tipped you off to that. And you're like, there's no way they're getting DeAndre Hopkins. I'm not even going to.
Cardinals are trading David Johnson with DeAndre Hopkins. Like, you out of your freaking mind. I'm not even going to chase that. That sounds so stupid. I had it literally 2 weeks before it happened. I had it.
Then maybe you should chase it down.
It's the one I didn't chase down. It's literally the one story. I was like, I have this, but it sounds so absurd.
Yeah.
What team would want David Johnson? Like, for DeAndre Hopkins, it was like the best receiver in the league at the time. It was crazy.
When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show, this weekend was important for Diamondbacks starting pitchers to get back on track. That didn't start off so hot today. So how much pressure does that put on the next two starting pitchers for the Diamondbacks? That's next on Burns and Gambo.
East Valley, West Valley, North Side, South Side, and Central. Arizona Sports covers high school sports all over the Valley. Saturday mornings 9 to 11 on The Kevin McCabe Show. If it involves competition on a court, field, pitch, rink, or track, the Dean is talking about it on the Arizona Sports app and 98.7. The Kevin McCabe Show. Saturday mornings 9 to 11.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Spend Mother's Day at Chase Field when the D-backs take on the New York Mets. The first 15,000 moms get a Mother's Day jersey courtesy of Dignity Health. Visit dbacks.com.
At Freeway Chevrolet, it's about more than just getting from point A to point B. It's about the truck that powers your workday, the SUV that fits everyone's everything, and the drive that makes every journey feel like a win. From Silverados to Traverses, Equinox, and beyond, Freeway Chevrolet has the selection, service, and hometown experience Arizona drivers count on. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Freeway Chevrolet, I can, and rain.
It's Paul Calvisi with Matt Dagas from Bright Wealth Management. And Matt, a lot of people expect their taxes to go down in retirement, sure, but that's not always the case.
It's not, and for most people, it's the opposite. Every dollar coming out of a 401k or an IRA is taxed at ordinary income. Now you add in Social Security, required distributions, and you've got a serious tax problem.
And worse, people don't see it coming.
Not until it's too late to do much about it. The window to reduce your lifetime tax bill is before retirement or early in it. After that, your options are limited.
All right, so what's the move then?
Roth conversions, smart planning, bracket management, real strategies that actually reduce what you owe, but you need a plan, not guesswork.
And Bright Wealth puts that all together?
That's exactly what we do. Call 844-726-9116 for a complimentary tax review. Call now, 844-726-9116 or brightwm.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The content provided is for educational purposes only.
Hey, Phoenix, let's huddle up and talk about your smile. If your teeth hurt, you're missing teeth, or you're tired of fumbling with dentures, it's time to get your life back. I did, and it was a game changer. My good friend, Dr. Joe at Aria Dental Implant Center, is the real deal. He's helped more than 2,500 full-mouth patients and placed over 20,000 implants. That's not theory, those are reps. And with all-on 4 full-mouth implants, experience is everything. You want to choose steak again, crunch apples, smile in photos? Dr. Joe and Aria Dental Implant Center, that's where I'm going to send you. Aria isn't some big corporate chain calling plays from out of state. They're locally owned, and they treat you like a person, not a number on a depth chart. Go to Aria Dental Implant Center now or go online at ariadentalimplantcenter.com. That's ARIA Dental Implant Center.com. Grainger.com.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need to get the job done. With fast delivery you can depend on and access to technical product experts ready to help you meet any challenge. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Hey, it's Luke. How did the Diamondbacks fare in the Windy City? We're reacting to D-backs, Cubs, Monday at 10 a.m. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Troy Lavello from D-backs TV on Zack Gallen's outing today against the Cubs.
I think Zack did a good job of establishing his fastball and its presence. I felt it, and they just couldn't land the secondary pitch. And I think we just got out of sorts and out of sequencing. You know, certain pitches were supposed to be thrown in certain areas, and we couldn't get to it. And if that was the case, we were going to try something else. And it just took us a little while to figure out what that something else was. And so, you know, a mound visit occurred, and I think, you know, Cap did a good job of talking these guys into something else. But, you know, we should have probably given up 3 runs in this game today, and we ended up giving up 6. And we got to be better, but start with Zack probably, and we'll figure it out.
3 2/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 95 pitches in his 3 2/3 innings. He got 11 outs. It took him 95 pitches to get 11 outs today.
28 pitches in the very first inning. 28 pitches. What's his ERA right now?
4.45.
And he's had 7 starts, I believe.
I believe you are correct.
7 starts. I'm going to go look at last year, and I'm going to count 7 starts and see what his ERA is. You think it's higher or lower?
I can do it for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4.93.
Okay.
And what's it now?
4.45.
That's half a run difference. A little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better.
A little bit better.
Better this year than it was last year, but not by a lot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, he had a terrible May. He didn't have a very good May.
You're talking about 7 starts from a year. Yeah, so I just
7 starts from a year ago.
4.93 ERA. You're right. Yeah, that's what he had a year ago, and now it's 4.45. Yeah, so
I mean, it's a little bit better, but not much. I mean, not much better. You know, the walks are a problem. The high pitch count in the first inning is a problem, but it's not like I wish I could just relate it to one guy because I can fix this. Take him out of the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
But this
put Brandon Pfaadt in, take him out.
This
right?
is a Ryan Nelson problem. This is a Merrill Kelly problem. This is a problem that the Diamondbacks Soroka. This is a problem that many of their starters have had, which is why, like, I don't know, do you have an opener? Like, because the first inning has been such a disaster for these
even
guys?
Like which one?
I don't know.
You can't do it for all of them.
You don't want to trend continues.
You don't want to.
You got to do something.
Burn one of your high quality relievers in the first inning. I mean, it would have to be one of your low leverage guys that you just be throwing out there because you want to save. I mean, look, for all the complaining about Zack Gallen today, and it's worth it after they lost 6-5. The bullpen was brilliant again today. I mean, absolutely brilliant. Ginkel was fantastic.
Why are these guys having such a hard? You said their ERA in the first inning is overrated. It's the worst of Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Like usually that's you've got to think about it. You've got to think about do I just have an opener for these guys that are really struggling? Because you know if you could get through the first 3 batters and you know now all of a sudden you know you bring your starting pitching in. Then hey, listen, it was never nobody ever did this before in baseball, but it's become like useful to some teams to do it. There's some teams that use it effectively. Mm-hmm. The Rays have used it effectively. You know, the Cubs with Ray have used it effectively at times. So, like, there are certain teams that have used it. I don't know if this is the answer. I might be grasping at straws here because it's frustrating to go out. I texted you guys right away. Another high first inning pitch. Here we go.
Yeah.
Like, here we go again. This guy's not going to get out of the 5th inning. And guess what? He didn't get out of the 4th inning.
No, Torrey after the game, in which, again, they lost 6-5, said he was proud of his guys for fighting back the way they did. Geraldo Perdomo had a 3-run homer in this one to get him back in.
I'm proud of him. The way we fought back, but I'm still pissed. I'm not going to lie to you. We got to be better. We got to do things up to our standard. We believe in those things. We talked about all the things that took place today that in our pregame, in our advance, and we just gave them extra outs and extra runs. And when you do that, you lose 1-run games. So I'm glad we came back. Made us all feel like we had a chance to come back and do something special and win this ball game, and that's the heart of this team. But I know at the end of it, we got to be better.
Yeah, and the other thing too about Zack, and I don't want to glide over this, I mentioned the strikeouts per 9. That was something that Chris Garagiola brought up when I was driving in listening to the game.
It sounded like 5-something, right?
It's, way down compared to what we're used to. Zack Gallen typically has a strikeouts per 9, 10 or 9.5, somewhere around there. The fact that it's 5.2 tells me that the stuff isn't great, that he's not overwhelming anybody up there. He's, the ERA was fine coming into the start, and he's given the Diamondbacks a chance to win on most nights that he's pitched. But I'm not even getting into the advanced analytic numbers. I won't even touch that stuff. But something to me like strikeouts per 9 being that low, half of what we're used to seeing out of Zack Gallen, kind of suggests to me that his stuff is not super great right now and is not really fooling anybody up there, which makes outings like today almost inevitable that he's going to have them if he's really not fooling anybody up there with the stuff.
I don't know if this is a 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing and if we could tie this to ABS, but this was crazy when I saw this today. One thing about ABS, just how impactful ABS has been on a league-wide walk rate spike. Right-handed hitters are walking at a 15.5% higher clip with the ABS system in play than normal. I don't know what that means. I'm not smart enough to figure that out.
Well, I just wonder.
But it's 15.5% higher. That's insanity.
I just wonder if it means that the reversed calls are more skewed towards called strikes that are actually balls. And because they're getting changed and corrected, that calls that would have been strikes are now being called for balls more often.
Yeah,
and that's
you were
what's
getting
leading
some
to
of
the
those close calls. The umpire would give you a closer call that wasn't a strike, but it was close enough.
Yeah, and now those close calls are being reversed with more commonality because they're being challenged all the time. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I know this. Tomorrow is a really big day for Ryan Nelson. And Sunday's a really big day for Merrill Kelly. Because if we're in here on Monday and we're talking about this streak continuing of no Diamondbacks pitcher even being able to give them 5 innings and struggling in the first and struggling with their outing, their bullpen is going to incinerate itself. They're just not going to have. Sent you a story today from our buddy Jack Summers in which he said, look, the Diamondbacks bullpen is trending and pacing towards getting cooked real quick. They've made way too many appearances. Most of their guys are pacing for career highs in terms of games pitched and innings pitched. And they're doing it because they're playing a bunch of I think today was their 11th one-run game that they've played so far this season, which I believe leads Major League Baseball.
Leads the league.
So between that, their starters not going very deep, all the times they've had, and the fact they don't, like you pointed out yesterday, they don't really have a long guy down there anymore.
No.
They've got a bunch of one-inning guys, and they just keep burning through them.
They always have one long guy, but like I said, maybe you need more.
You might.
If your starters can't get out of the 4th inning, the amount of times you can't get out of the 4th. What hurts him too is Merrill Kelly was always that guy.
Yeah.
Merrill Kelly was 6 to 7 innings. He was a lock to give you 6 innings. And he's not giving that to you.
We'll hit the reset button when we come back. Lauren will tell us what's going on in sports next on the Burns and Gambo Show.
Bickley and Marotta mornings.
You need to see how Carson Beck responds to the adjustment to Carson Beck, which means you need a sample size, a decent sample size.
If you're looking at a starting spot, I think half a season at minimum to see what he can do.
Yeah.
This is very much a test drive situation.
Mm-hmm.
Kick the tires.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look around. See what's dented, what's not, what needs to be worked on. Again, 8 weeks, 9 games, whatever. If it doesn't work, you can very easily move on.
Bickley and Marotta, mornings on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, basketball fans, Tom Chambers here reminding you that just like in a game, you need a solid defense for your home. And that starts with a reliable roof from Right Way Roofing. Hey, Lori, as owner of Right Way Roofing, what sets you apart from the competition?
Our team tackles any roofing challenge, from shingles to tile to foam roofing. We'll make sure your roof wins against the toughest opponents: rain, wind, and even those scorching summer days.
Make Right Way Roofing your MVP.
We're Right Way Roofing and we do it right. We'll always keep you watertight.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here with my great friend Shane O'Hanrahan, GM of Chapman BMW, the guy that can make your car buying dreams come true.
It's true, Dan. I can't tell you how many times somebody has called or emailed me and asked for me by name and said, hey, Dan Bickley sent me to get the hookup. And you know what? We make it happen. So put me to the test. I will make your dreams come true.
That's Chapman BMW, 2 great locations,
1 great experience.
Ready!
Hi, this is Brent with Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning. If you ever find yourself in need of any help in your home as it pertains to your plumbing or air conditioning, there's only one name to think of, and that's Ready Services. At Ready Services, we treat our customers fairly, we give honest pricing, and honest assessments of your issues. We'll never leave your home without you feeling satisfied with the job that was done and your experience with our technicians. To learn more about how we can help you at Ready Services, reach out to us at nofeeemergency.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Morgan & Morgan isn't just an injury firm. It's our family's life work. It's my husband, it's my sons, it's me. When we take a case, we see a family just like ours. $30 billion recovered is something I'm proud of. But what I'm really proud of are the families we stood beside. It's an honor to fight for you when you need our support the most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people and your family.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. An engagement ring might be one of life's biggest purchases. That's why our rings come with an all-inclusive free lifetime warranty that gives you peace of mind without any fine print. How can we offer such an incredible warranty? We take pride in crafting our rings with care and stand behind our quality craftsmanship. After all, this is a family heirloom you'll own forever. Bring in your ring for cleaning, resizing, and repairs anytime you want. We'll make sure it's as sparkly and secure as the day you bought it, fixing prongs, replacing side stones, and so much more. This type of maintenance could cost you $2,000 or more somewhere else. Under our warranty, it's all free. We even protect your diamond. Other warranties don't. Our rings are crafted to last. But in the rare case you lose your diamond, we'll replace it. At Shane Company, your engagement ring purchase isn't just a one-time transaction. We're here to be your jeweler for life, because a friend always has your back. Come by to learn more in store or visit shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of feller who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Yeah! Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Drew Brees here. Whether you're on the field or on the road, having the right team on your side makes all the difference. I learned that the hard way. On the field, you don't go anywhere without a solid O-line. And when your car breaks down, you want that same kind of protection. That's why I trust CarShield. Their protection plans help you tackle expensive repairs so that you're not blindsided.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
KMVP FM Phoenix, live from the Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort Studio. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
I'm Mitch Vareldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. In Game 1 of their series against the Cubs, the Snakes tried clawing their way back, or slithering their way back, after an early 6-1 deficit. Unfortunately, they could not complete the comeback today. Final score was 6-5. Good news, however, Ildemaro Vargas, he just keeps hitting, man. He pushed that hit streak to 27 straight games today, 24 straight in 2026, all part of a 4-for-4 day at the plate for good old Drip Vargas. Game 2 of the series will be tomorrow afternoon at 11:20. In the NBA playoffs, we got 3 Game 6s on the docket, moments away from Magic and Pistons as Orlando looks to stun Detroit in the first round. Cavaliers will look to advance past the Raptors. That's coming up at 4:30. And then the Lakers look to end things for the Rockets tonight at 6:30. And then overall on the ice, another 3 Game 6s. The Montreal Canadiens just about to get started against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Canadiens looking to advance tonight. Sabres also looking to advance. They're facing the Bruins at 4:30. And then the Vegas Golden Knights hoping to leave the Mammoth in Salt Lake City and avoid a Game 7. That'll be tonight at 7. This report is brought to you by the Window Depot. Did you know the Window Depot is more than just windows? We have doors, skylights, cabinets, countertops, even flooring. They're a proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Check them out at thewindowdepot.com.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. Burns and Gambo, the 4 o'clock reset. 4 o'clock reset.
Reset time. 4 o'clock on this Friday. And for that, we go on the other side of that glass wall there and check in with Lauren Koval, who has our top stories of the day here on the Burns and Gambo Show. Hello, Lauren.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
I'm good. I did just literally 30 seconds ago get a text from my grandpa in Chicago. Lauren, did you know that the Cubs beat the D-backs today?
Yeah, Grandpa, it's what I do for a living.
Grandpa, I had a slight idea that might have happened.
But that's sweet that your grandpa...
It's very sweet.
I swear, if I could have one thing back in my life, I'd love to have one more conversation with my grandparents.
He's in his late 80s. He texts me.
That's so cool.
I miss my grandparents dearly. I would love to have, just to be able to spend one more afternoon with them. I would love it.
I unfortunately, my dad's father, like they came to this country from Messina, Sicily, and then literally, like my grandfather died right away. He wasn't here that long, so I never met my grandfather on my father's side. Like I never met him. He had a heart attack and he died when my father was just a kid. So that's why my dad never went to school. He worked on banana boats when he came to this country. He'd work on the banana boats in Brooklyn, like unloading bananas off of boats. So he didn't go to school, so he couldn't read or write or anything like that. But I never met I always wish I would. I never met who I'm named after, Giovanni. I'm named after my grandfather, but I never met him.
It's a shame. My grandparents are some of the most influential people in my life when I was a kid growing up. Loved them. Absolutely loved them. Anyway, boy, that got deeply
very
sentimental,
serious.
Very serious. So let's lighten the mood up and tell us about how the Diamondbacks lost today to the Cubs.
I was going to say, lighten the mood. Yay. All right. The D-backs, they lost Game 1 to the Cubs today, 6-5. Here is Torey Lovello post-game with Todd Walsh.
Yeah, I know you're down there, and you heard me letting it eat a little bit with those guys. At that point, I need to get their attention. I need to straighten them up a little bit. It was unacceptable what I was watching for the first couple innings. And everybody was, you can include everybody, 1 through 26. They all needed to be kind of tightened up a little bit. And, I'm like the corner man. At that point in time, you got to be able to get their attention quickly and say the right things and the right cues. And I felt like that was the best thing for me to do at that point in time.
Torey using the boxing analogy, which is never a surprise.
I think we got to go Herb Brooks here. Letting
Again.
balls drop again.
Do it again.
Yeah, don't leave the lights on at Wrigley. We're going to be here all night running the bases.
According to Todd Walsh, at some point, Torey Lovello yelled, "Wake up." Now, I'm guessing, knowing Torey,
Wake the blank up?
Probably it was wake the blank up. I doubt highly it was
Censored for TV posting.
the G-rated version.
Would
I'm
you
sure it
guys
was the
wake up,
R-rated, the
please?
PG-13 version at least. Please wake up.
Sveglia!
6-1.
That's wake up in Italian.
They were down. They rallied. They came back. Geraldo Perdomo 3-run homer. The bullpen did a fantastic job. Then the offense got kind of quiet again. They had chances in the latter third of that game to tie it up and send it to extras. So another for a team that has kind of hit the wall here the last week and a half or so. I believe they're 3-10 now in their last 13 games. Go back and look to be sure.
Yeah, did not like that stat.
I think they're 3-10 in their last 13. I'll go back and look for sure.
Still over 500. Still over 5. They're going to have these parts of the season. Like, they're not a great team. They're going to have, but there is a growing trend with these starting pitches that we're all concerned about.
And Vargas is the bright spot in this game because he extended his hitting streak to 27 games, breaking a major league record for a Venezuelan native.
Okay, I got it wrong. They've lost They've won 3 out of their last 10. They've lost 7 out of their last 10. They're not 3-10. They've won.
I
3
think if he breaks Gonzo's record, we should all get Vargas jerseys.
Who's paying for said jerseys?
D Hall.
Derek, if you're listening, if Vargas
more
makes
speaking things into existence on the 4 o'clock.
What's it cost to get a Vargas jersey? Come on, if he breaks Gonzo's record, we got to give that guy some love. We should all come in here with a Vargas jersey.
I doubt they even sell Vargas jerseys. You'd probably have to make Vargas jerseys.
I hadn't even considered
There's
that.
no way.
Greatest president of any of the sports teams ever. Come on, Derek Hall. What do we got? I'll buy him. What do we get us some Vargas jerseys?
There is no way you can walk into the team shop and buy an Ildemaro Vargas jersey. No way. Carroll, yes. Marte, sure. Perdomo, probably. Ildemaro Vargas.
All right, I'm going to a game next weekend. I'll walk in and I'll do a little.
Check it out. Let me know. Yeah, I bet the answer is no.
Some real on-the-ground journalism there happening. All right, NBA playoffs. The Timberwolves beat the Nuggets last night to advance to face the Spurs. Jaden McDaniels had 32 points and 10 rebounds. Here he is post-game discussing trying to get in Denver's head.
Jaden, were you trying to get into their heads during the series, or did you not care about what they
I just didn't care. Like, I said what I said. I'm not going to say it again, but I just don't care. Like, it's just how I am.
Wow.
He got into something.
Yeah, but listen.
Maybe not their head, but he got into something.
There's nothing I respect more than a guy that's going to talk the talk and then walk the walk.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can back it up, by all means, talk as much crap as you want if you can back it up. If you can't back it up, shut your trap. Shut your mouth. But if you're going to back it up the way he does, by all means, tell them that they've got no defenders and that they can't stop anybody. Because if you can back that up, then by all means, say what you want to say.
No Edwards, no DiVincenzo, no Sumu, and that still happened.
I think does it say more about the Timberwolves or more about the Nuggets?
It might say more about the Nuggets. They've got some roster decisions to make this
How about
offseason,
that coach?
including potentially their coach, including Cam Johnson. Mitch and I were talking before the show.
They're moving on from him.
Yeah, I mean they've got some money issues coming up. Nikola Jokic is probably getting an extension.
He said he wants to stay there.
He says he wants to stay, but yeah, they've got some.
How about
issues
my guy Dudley? He's the top assistant on that team.
Oh. Keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, that's a colossal failure for the Denver Nuggets to not get out of the first round with Murray and Jokic.
You know what I'm hearing when he says that? That Jared Dudley's going to be filling in for me here on the Burns and Gambo show. That's what I'm hearing when he says that.
He does love Arizona.
It's the Dudley and Gambo show.
That would be an
Jared Dudley, who once upon a time dropped the greatest singular soundbite in Burns and Gambo show history. I think he's...
Which one?
Gambo knows everything. Gambo's the source master. Gambo knows everything.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I
yeah.
think Mitch is working. Otherwise, I'm sure
Mitch
he'd
is
play it.
working.
Yeah. Otherwise, I know he'd play it for us.
Yeah. All right. And then, I gotta throw a bone to my boy because Terrence Shannon Jr. started in place of fellow Illini graduate Ayo Dosunmu, and he had 24.6 rebounds and 2 steals. I almost wore my upside-down banner shirt today, but I decided to not bully Mitch in that way.
And that's why he has the headphones in, because he knows we're talking about his Nuggets.
Listen, I have a favorite Illinois player of all time, Marcus Liberty.
I know, it's such an
I freaking loved him.
interesting pick.
I loved him. He was so great. He was so great. Wasn't he a great player at Illinois?
No, he was a great player.
Played in the NBA for a number of years, and I think he played with Mitch's Nuggets.
I have a favorite Illinois player of all time.
Who?
His name is E.J. Eddie Johnson, color analyst to the Phoenix Suns, who was a great Suns player back in the day.
Happy birthday to EJ today.
I didn't even know it was his birthday.
Happy birthday to Eddie Johnson.
How about that?
Happy
EJ,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, EJ.
Yes.
All right.
Do I guess how old he is?
Oh. Oof.
No, let's guess. Don't look at anything. Just guess.
67.
You got it right on the money.
Did I really?
Oh, wow. He's 67
Game
years
over.
old.
Check out the brain on Brad.
He old.
Oh my
Wish him a
God.
happy
We had such
birthday.
a nice thing going,
We
Gambo.
were having such a nice 4
Have
o'clock
you ever
reset.
known me to just be able to give somebody a compliment
No.
without
No.
like a little back?
Literally never.
Happy
No.
birthday, EJ. You great. We love you, man. You're old. Like it's just.
I mean, you did it to Gonzo yesterday, too. So.
What else is going on in sports?
All right, we'll run through the rest of the NBA playoffs. The Knicks beat the Hawks 140-89. Philly beat Boston 106-93.
Can you say that Knicks score again?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they won 140-89.
How the hell did that happen?
I know we said we were going to run through this. Did you see the
How
Mikal?
the
Did you see the Mikal Bridges?
Oh,
sound
Last
bite?
time you were part of such a one-sided game like this?
Yeah, when I was in Phoenix and I lost.
So this is a better memory.
Yeah.
Have you ever remembered being a part of a one-sided game like this? Yeah, but I was in Phoenix and we lost. I looked it up. Suns were down by 46 in that game against the Mavs back
Yeah, we
in
looked it up
2022.
yesterday.
Yeah, 46.
Ugh, that is disgusting.
And the Knicks were at one time ahead by 60-something in
Something
this
like
game?
that, yeah. I don't know what the biggest lead was.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Philly beat Boston 106-93 to force a Game 7. Today's games, Pistons versus Orlando, starts right now. It is 4-2 Orlando leading. Orlando also leads that series 3-2.
By the way,
Prime Video.
Did you see that the Philadelphia Phillies players were at the 76ers game the other night?
Booed them.
And they showed them on the big screen, and they freaking booed them.
Well, they're not
They
winning.
booed the Phillies.
And it's Philly. We play the man on the street sound all the time.
Nobody hates their athletes more than Philly
It's the
fans.
most
If you're
Philly
not
thing
winning.
ever. It's the
Nobody
most
hates
Philly
their
thing
athletes
ever.
more.
Yeah.
No, Cavs, Raptors in about 30 minutes from now. Cavs are up 3-2. Lakers, Rockets tonight at 6:30. Still no Kevin Durant in that one. Lakers lead 3-2.
So Orlando, LA, and Cleveland can all advance with wins tonight.
Okay, who wins the series, Lakers or Rockets? Go around the table here. Who wins?
Lakers.
Okay.
You?
I still think the Lakers are going to win, but man, there's a lot of people that think that Rockets are going to win this thing.
I think the Lakers still win it.
I still think the Lakers.
Austin Reeves is back.
Yes, that
he
helps.
just had he shook off the rust. He's got to play better.
And in some NFL news, the Colts are declining Anthony Richardson's fifth-year option for 2027. And in NCAA news, Braden Burris, Jaden Bradley, Koa Pete, and Topo Waka have all received NBA Combine votes for an invite.
Okay.
That's a 4 o'clock race set?
I love a Waka.
There you go.
Think about a Waka on the Suns.
Uh,
I would love him
right.
on the Suns.
Okay, so I'll shout out our good friend and colleague Kellen Olson, who wrote a phenomenal piece yesterday in which he talked about what the Phoenix Suns should do.
Did he say they should get a Waka?
No, he said they should get Merez Johnson Jr., that traitor. He left Illinois to go to Michigan and win the national championship, but he's exactly what they need. He's a physical, big-bodied guy down there in
they
the
could use that.
All right, with that, that's 4 o'clock.
Thank you,
reset.
Lauren. When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show, Dylan Brooks' contract extension. Is it worth it? We'll talk about it next here on Arizona Sports.
D-backs decision makers from the team's front office join Wolf and Luke Wednesday mornings at 11:45 for D-backs Front Office Focus. Brought to you by Canvas Annuity. The home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Get $1,000 in free survival gear for a limited time. You heard that right. Right now, when you order the powerful Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator from MyPatriotSupply.com, we'll send you over $1,000 in life-saving preparedness supplies, including a 4-week survival food kit, water filtration system, an off-grid cook stove, and much more, absolutely free. This offer won't last long, so get your generator and free survival gear now at MyPatriotSupply.com. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Accounts subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Hi, folks. Jody Jackson here. Is private student loan debt wrecking your life? There are so many families stuck with student loans they can't afford, and with payments so high, they feel hopeless. If that sounds familiar, YRefi can help. They refinance distressed and defaulted private student loans, the loans other lenders won't touch. They're not a debt settlement company, and your credit score doesn't matter. YRefi works with you one-on-one to create a custom payment based on your ability to pay. They can reduce your monthly payment, guarantee interest rates under 6%, and they may even lower your total loan cost, saving you thousands. They offer a 3-minute rate check with no credit impact, accept bad credit, and can release co-borrowers from the loan. Take control of your student loans today. Call 888-YREFI-85 or visit YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com. YRefi, a light at the end of the tunnel.
Not available in all states.
Hey, it's Luke. What moves do the Phoenix Suns absolutely need to make this offseason? We'll talk about that Monday at 10 a.m. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Tip jar this song for me if you would, please, and then I'll play this Mat Ishbia cut from yesterday's Burns and Gambo show on Dillon Brooks.
Yes, I do. Dillon was a target in the Kevin Durant trade. Him and Jalen Green were two people that we coveted. Jalen for his immense youth, athleticism, and upside. Dillon for his grit, his toughness, his leadership, and his all-around winner mentality. And, of course, we got Kaman and Rasheer in the deal, too. So it turned out to be fantastic. With that being said, I expect Dillon Brooks to be here. We want Dillon Brooks to be here, whether it's an extension. How do we do that? How do we make it so he wants to be here long-term? And I think he does. I know he does, actually, let me say it that way. And we've got to figure out how to make that all work. And so, yes, I do expect to figure out a way to keep Dillon long-term because I do see him part of a championship team here in Phoenix over the next 3 to 4 years.
I don't want to say it ruffled feathers, but it had a lot of people discussing that. Because it's like, okay, if you're going to be good in 3 to 4 years, is Dillon going to be good in 3 or 4 years? He's eligible for a 4-year contract extension, $125 million. He's, what's he, 30 years old? 30?
Yes, he's 30 now.
30 right now.
He'll turn 31 in January. Yeah.
There are some people debating whether, is it worth it? Should you just let him play out next year and then let him go? Or is he that important to you? You know, there are certain guys you do keep around because of how important they are to what you do. I think Dillon is still a very good player. I didn't see any signs of decline. This year he was better offensively than he's been in years. I don't think he'll ever lose the edge that he has. But it just did seem like something that a lot of people were talking about was, oh, wow. I didn't think about giving Dillon Brooks a 4-year extension that would tie him up for the next 5 years to the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I was surprised that there was as much reaction to it, too. Not that I thought that bringing Dillon Brooks back was a no-brainer, but I kind of figured that bringing Dillon Brooks back was a no-brainer. Now, like we talked about yesterday, there's a limit to this, and there's you gotta color within the lines a little bit on this one. Do I want them to sign Dillon Brooks to the most money they possibly can over those 4 years? No, I think that would be a mistake. I think that would be too much money for a player who is very likely going to go through a decline when he hits age 33, 34. You don't want to, you don't want to pay for a player's worst years. You don't want to pay for the decline years. And I fear that a super expensive extension for Dillon Brooks would be doing exactly that. You'd be hoping that he doesn't age. You'd be hoping that his game doesn't age. And quite frankly, the evidence that we have is that a player hits about 34 or so and their skills just start to decline, right? And then so I think you have to confidently but carefully move forward with this. You want Dillon Brooks back. he's very important to your culture. He's very important to your team. I think there's a reason why this team went 30-19 when him and Devin Booker were kind of running the show for those first 50 games. But you also don't want to do anything that you're going to regret in year 3 when you could be gearing up for something special, and instead you're paying a declining Dillon Brooks a lot of money. So confidently but carefully explore what it might look like for an extension for Dillon Brooks.
Well, if you figure it out, 4 years for 125 is a little bit over $30 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And with the cap going up, this percentage is going to go down.
Right. And by the end of it, the Beal money will be off. The money tied up to Beal will be gone.
It'll just be coming off, yeah.
Right at the end of that. So I wonder if you could look at it that way. Could you just play it out for a year and just see what happens?
You could, sure.
And then you risk free agency with him. You risk him leaving. But
based off of that soundbite we just played from Mat Ishbia, I don't get the impression that's what they're going to do.
I think Matt's one of those, we're going to take care of the guys we like. You're going to come in here and play hard. We're going to take care of you. If you love it here and you give me everything you have, I'm going to take care of you. And if you decline, then you decline. But as long as you give me everything you have, I think that's kind of what his promise is to the players, not the fans. The promise to the fans is we're going to play hard, we're going to be better, we're going to do all the little things. But I think the promise to the players is if you're giving me everything that I've asked you to give me, so I look good in front of the fans, then I'm going to reward you. I'm going to reward you because you're my type of player.
Yeah.
I just think that's who Matt is.
To your point, too, about playing it out, and Mitch just pointed this out in our chat here. Mitch, if you just want to jump on and make this point, because it's a very good one, the whole playing it out idea, that's kind of what they did with Kevin Durant, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, Gamba, do you remember the last time they were openly talking about, we're going to give him an extension, we're going to keep him here, he's fine. Didn't get signed. Went into the season.
Because he didn't want a 1-year extension. He wanted the 2-year. Thank goodness, right? He didn't want the 1 year. He was going to retire his son, play. If he was eligible for a 1-year extension. But if he played that next year, then he would have been eligible for 2 years at a higher salary. So they played that out, thinking that they were going to re-sign him, and he was going to re-sign here. Thank goodness it didn't work out that way.
To both of your point, thank goodness it didn't work out that way, and they didn't. I mean, it was considered. I remember that offseason where it was considered a formality at that point.
Because Curry had signed one.
He's getting a contract extension, and he's just going to wait the extra year so he can make the extra money, and thank goodness. And who knows, maybe a year from now, we'll be wishing they hadn't. But that's the thing about Matt.
But Durant is different than Brooks. Like, he wasn't their type of player.
But we didn't know that at the time. Well, when we were talking about getting Kevin Durant that contract extension.
That was before the year they did not make the play-in.
Nobody was putting their foot down and saying this is a bad idea. Nobody. Not you, not me, not anybody.
No, they got swept by the Timberwolves. And okay, and then it all
went to hell in a handbasket.
Right.
But I don't remember anybody that summer saying, "Oh man, don't." It was foregone conclusion. It was going to happen. He was going to get a contract extension a year from now. And this is where I wonder about Matt. Matt typically is somebody who, when he says he's going to do something, he does it.
Yes.
And to his great credit for that. But on this one, there is, I think, to your point, at least an argument to be made of maybe you should play it out. Maybe you should just let him go into the final year of his contract and see.
The negative would be something we've talked about with Brooks is like, if he's happy, you're going to get the very best of him. Like, do you want to not reward him for what he brought to Phoenix? Do you want to? I know it's a business. But there is something about keep that guy happy and he'll do everything you want him to do.
Hindsight is 20/20, but they had a chance to extend Mark Williams after they acquired him. Are you happy they did not extend him?
Thrilled.
Yeah.
Thrilled.
And they knew it was a risk.
Thrilled.
But there was a major injury risk there too. There was an injury factor that
and Brooks is coming off of a, for what it's worth, freak accident, fractured hand, but
not like Mark Williams. Mark Williams has never been healthy.
Too, for what it's worth.
I mean,
true.
There is this argument out there to be made for not doing. But here's what I was going to say about Dillon Brooks and his happiness. Okay, I understand what you're saying about a happy Dillon Brooks is a better Dillon Brooks. you can't center every single decision you make as an organization on keeping Dylan Brooks happy. You know what I mean?
No.
That cannot be. Mat Ishbia can't wake up in the morning and go, what am I going to do with my basketball team? Well, what would keep Dylan Brooks happy? I guess I better do that. You can't run your organization centered around one guy like that. You can't.
No, you just hope that he would not be a distraction if he didn't get the contract extension.
You hope.
You hope.
But if he did, all the more reason to not give him a contract extension, right? Why would I want to keep a guy who's going to be a problem if I don't give him a contract extension and is going to pout if I don't?
Gillespie and Goodwin come first. Gillespie and Goodwin will come first.
Yeah. When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show, the best hitter on the Arizona Diamondbacks this season, and you can't probably even buy his jersey in the team shop. Who would have guessed? That's next on Arizona Sports.
Bickley and Marotta Mornings.
Warner, our guest this morning.
What do you think of the Cardinals' plan, and what do you think of Carson Beck as a prospect?
I really liked Carson's tape. He played in a lot of big games. He understands how to play the position. He actually was working out with my son, EJ, during this process, and EJ was telling me how smart he was, how good he was in the room and a student of the game, which to me is, just as important as anything else. So there's a lot to like about Carson Beck. To me, the question just becomes, does he have that something extra?
Bickley and Marotta, mornings on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Love telling you about Sanderson Ford. They're on 51st Avenue in Glendale, America's most awarded Ford dealership. And they've got incredible stuff going on right now. Employee pricing. That's right. You pay what they pay. American value for American value. It is fantastic. Trusted by Arizona families for generations. Sanderson Ford has the best cars, trucks, and SUVs that you are looking for. The F-150, America's best-selling truck, is at Sanderson Ford. Again, 51st Avenue in Glendale. They've got a great selection of new and used vehicles. Great prices on the Bronco Sport. Great prices on the Escape, the Ford Explorer, and again, the F-150. And with employee pricing right now, you pay what they pay. Go online at SandersonFord.com or visit them 51st Avenue in Glendale, just south of Glendale. It's Sanderson Ford.
Mother's Day is almost here. What do you get for the one packing lunches, washing uniforms, and trying to make space for everyone and everything? Give her some room. Space Solutions designs, builds, and installs custom mudrooms, closets, and pantries she'll actually love. And with a Space Solutions gift card, she gets to pick exactly what she wants. Give Mom the space she deserves. Text SPACE to 620-620 or visit spacesolutionsaz.com. Message and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where fine jewelry is always crafted with care no matter the price. Mother's Day, birthdays and graduations, weddings and anniversaries, the new job you got, and even the one you didn't. Give a birthstone necklace, a heart-shaped locket made in Italy, or high-quality diamond studs you can trade up every year. At Shane Company, we have something for everyone, because a friend wants you to win the gifting game. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Wolf, you've had All Pro Shade concepts at your house for a couple of years now. What is one thing you'd tell your listeners about them?
Oh, buddy, you gotta have shade.
Exactly. You want to cool down your patio?
You gotta have shade.
That's right. And how about a little privacy?
You gotta have shade.
Want a comfortable outdoor space for your whole family to enjoy?
You gotta have shade.
Wolf, can you say anything else?
Do like I did. Get your free estimate at allproshade.com. That's allproshade.com. Because you gotta have shade.
Dan Bickley here with my guy Bear, one of the Henley brothers who owns and operates Waltz TV and Appliance, where sports fans find everything they need.
We've even got something new at Waltz. Computer gear, like the Samsung 32-inch Odyssey smart gaming monitor.
And that's normally a $1,250 value, but for our listeners, it's only $730. Huge savings for gamers or anyone upgrading their setup.
We also carry Logitech gaming accessories. Everything you need to level up your setup. Shop local. Shop Waltz.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our firm handles hundreds of crash cases involving semi-trucks every year. A crash case involving semis is much different, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can leave lots of money on the table. Many times there is separate insurance for the cab and for the trailer. Sometimes there are actually layers of other insurances and excess insurance that some lawyers may not know about because they don't see that many cases. We see these cases every day. Also, there are federal laws governing the hours a driver may drive in a 24-hour period and logs that are required. A crash case involving a semi-truck is a totally different animal than a simple car crash. We have lawyers who only handle these cases. It's all they do. Rolling the dice with the wrong law firm can be disastrous. Call us on your cell phone at Pound Law, pound 529. It's so easy. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, basketball fans, Tom Chambers here reminding you that just like in a game, you need a solid defense for your home. And that starts with a reliable roof from Right Way Roofing. Hey, Lori, as owner of Right Way Roofing, what sets you apart from the competition?
Our team tackles any roofing challenge, from shingles to tile to foam roofing. We'll make sure your roof wins against the toughest opponents: rain, wind, and even those scorching summer days.
Make Right Way Roofing your MVP.
We're Right Way Roofing and we do it right. We'll always keep you watertight.
I'm Mitch Varell, this with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. In Game 1 of their series against the Cubs, the Diamondbacks tried clawing their way back after an early 6-1 deficit. Unfortunately, they could not complete that comeback. Final score today, 6-5. Ildemaro Vargas, though, can't be dissing Drip now. Come on, Mitch. He pushed that hit streak to 27 games, 24 in a row to start the season. He went 4 for 4 today and reached base 5 times. He's on fire, or dare I say, en fuego. Game 2 of the series is tomorrow afternoon at 11:20. In the NBA playoffs, we got 3 Game 6s on the docket right now in Orlando. Magic and Pistons, the 8 versus the 1. Oh, if the Magic win tonight, they advance past the Pistons. They'd be the first 8 seed to beat a 1 seed since the Miami Heat in 2023 beat the Bucks. Right now, it's Pistons 23, Magic 20. About 2 minutes to go in the first quarter in Orlando. Just about to tip off from Toronto, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors. Cavs up 3-2 in that series. And then the Lakers and Rockets, Lakers up 3-2 in that series. That one will tip off tonight at 6:30. This report is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Craving scratch-made food, ice-cold 29-degree beer, and every game on wall-to-wall TVs? Well, head on over to Twin Peaks, your ultimate sports lodge. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey, it's Vince Marotta. Join us Monday morning when hopefully we won't be talking about the pitching line of James McCann, or Brian McCann for that matter. It all starts at 6 here on Arizona Sports, 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, hard hit ball. That's into center field, a base hit. The Ildemaro magic continues here in Chicago, and he now possesses the second longest hitting streak in franchise history.
Crazy.
Incredible. Out of nowhere, right? Out of nowhere.
Out of freaking nowhere.
Some of Mike Hazen's like, I told you guys.
Oh, come on.
I told you guys.
Even in Mike Hazen's wildest dreams, he never could have imagined.
Yes, I did.
That on May 1st.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, we got Mike sitting right over here in this imaginary chair. Hey, Mike, you going to tell me that you knew that on May 1st, Ildemaro Vargas was going to be hitting 404?
Damn right I did.
Stop it. Stop it,
It
Mike.
is, I didn't know this, but it's now the longest hitting streak for a Venezuelan-born player.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. He's a 34-year-old utility guy that's been around the block a few times with a bunch of different teams. The Diamondbacks, the Twins, the Cubs, the Pirates. You go look. There was some years he hit 196 and 150. What is going on here? The fountain? Did he find the what's the Fountain of Youth guy? Ponce de Leon? Is
Ponce
that the
de
guy?
Leon is the.
Did he make a deal with somebody? Like you're Ildemaro Vargas.
Wake up.
Yeah, you had back-to-back years where you hit 196 and 156. Like, what are you doing? What? Like you're leading the major leagues in batting average?
It's insane.
Like it's insane. Like, this stuff doesn't happen. Like, in spurts, it happens. Like, there was a Yankee in the World Series. Like, nobody ever remembers this guy. He lit it up for the Yankees. His name was Brian Doyle in the 70s. Mm-hmm. Nobody's listening right now knows who he is. Not one person. Not one person knows who Brian Doyle is. And he just went on this magical, tear in the playoffs and killed it. We've seen, Jeremy Lin on the cover of Sports Illustrated twice for, Linsanity. You know, the question is, can he keep this up? Can he keep this up?
Don't you think we kind of know the answer to that question, though? I mean, we just don't want to admit it. We don't want to say it.
I like where you're going. I like where you're going.
We don't want to say it because it takes the fun out of it, and it takes some of the wind out of the sails, and it feels extremely disrespectful. But if you're asking, and what I assume you mean by this, can he keep this up? Can he be a 400 hitter? No, he's not keeping that up. He's not keeping that up. I guess it depends on what you mean by can he keep this up. Can he continue to be a productive, way better than expected contributor to the Diamondbacks? That I think
he's not
going to
be the first 400 hitter since Ted Williams?
No.
What?
I will bet you a lunch at the Raw Room that Ildemaro Vargas does not become the first 400 hitter in baseball since Ted Williams. I will bet you a lunch right now, Gambo. He will
Diamondbacks,
not.
Twins, Cubs, Pirates, Cubs, Washington. 2020, he had a 196 batting average. 2021, he had a 156 batting average. 2022, he hit 263. 2023, 252. 2024, he hit 246. Last year, he hit 270. And now at 34 years old, by the way, he'll be 35 on July 16th. He's almost 35. He decides to have the best year of his entire life. He's batting 404. The crazy thing is, he's got 6 home runs, which is by far the most he's ever had. It's actually tied for the most he's ever had. He's got 21 RBIs. He's going to smash his RBI record. It's like, what is going on? This isn't Corbin Carroll we're talking about.
No.
This is Ildemaro Vargas.
The most RBI he's ever had in a season is 31. He had with the Washington Nationals back in 2023. You mentioned the home runs. He had 6 back with the Diamondbacks in 2019. He's matched that total right now. The shame of it, the shame of it is that it comes during a stretch of Diamondbacks baseball where, unfortunately, he's been about the only good thing going on, and that's really too bad. Like there was one of the games against the Brewers, I think it was game 1, maybe game 3, I can't remember, where about the only reason to keep watching was to see whether he was going to get the hit late to keep the streak, right? The game was so bad.
And he got one extra at bat because for whatever reason.
In the 8th inning, for whatever reason, I can't remember. And he got the hit that extended the streak. It's a shame that they're not playing better while this is going on, because it would make it much easier to. If you can still enjoy it, you can still appreciate it. But I also think it's when they're losing 13-1 or when they're down today 6-1. It's like, hey, we got our brains beat in today, but Ildemaro Vargas got a hit. Yay! It takes fun out of it.
Don't say JD Martinez.
Okay.
Don't say JD.
I won't.
Have we ever had
JD? I'm kidding.
Have we ever had anything like this in sports in Arizona? Like some journeyman no-name out of nowhere just lights the world on fire for a month? Diamondbacks, Coyotes?
You would know more about the Coyotes than I would.
Where's Rich Nairn when I need him?
Okay, a name popped into my head, but I could be very wrong.
Okay.
Chris Johnson with the Cardinals? Did he come in and light it up?
He kind of did, I think.
Didn't he kind of come in and light it up when he was with
as a running back?
Yeah, when he was with the Cardinals, I thought
might be a good one.
I'm looking up Chris Johnson.
Look that up. I'm just trying to think. Is anybody send it on Twitter? If there's anybody that can remember, it's like
or on the YouTube chat if you're watching on YouTube.
Trent Olchin. Have we ever had a guy like what Linsanity did? That just. I mean, Utah Tabusi never did anything that great. Have we ever had a Suns player that's just lit it up for a certain amount of games? I mean, it would be like a month though. It can't be like 2 games or 3 games. It's got to be like a month. Did we ever have anybody that has done what Vargas has done?
Give me a minute.
All right, you're looking up Chris Johnson.
Looking up Chris Johnson.
I'm racking my brains to think of a player that might have gone on a tear for a little while.
It wasn't like he was hitting 404. But Chris Johnson, from week 3 until week 8 of the 2015 NFL season, 110 yards, 83 yards, 103 yards, 122 yards, 109 yards. For a stretch there of about 5 games, 6 games, it's not adding it for me, You're
the only thing about him is that he was a great running back with the Titans. Like he was a 2,000-yard rusher.
I know
so it's not like he's I don't know that you could use. I appreciate the effort. He wasn't a journeyman.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't like a scrap heap journeyman. I got to be a Coyote. There's got to be a Coyote. There has to be a guy.
He came in and lit it up.
Just came in and lit it up for a few games and wow, look.
The 27 game hit streak is tied for second and longest in franchise history. He only has Gonzo ahead of him now. He passed Goldschmidt today. Gonzo's ahead of him. He has 30. Gonzo's was 30 in 1999. Vargas is 3 behind. As you mentioned yesterday, you spoke to Gonzo, and Gonzo's like, "Come get it, take it. It's yours. If he, I don't want to hold on to this record. I want him to break my record for the all-time."
He said he's if anybody's going to break my record, I want it to be him. He's the most professional guy. Everybody likes him. Gonzo's rooting for him to break his record.
You mentioned
he's rooting for him.
The Venezuelan-born players, 27. That's the longest ever for a Venezuelan-born player. Longest hitting streaks to start a season in the last 90 years. In 1976, Ron LaFleur had a 30-game streak to hit to start the season.
I loved Ron LaFleur as a player.
1937, G. Walker had a 27-game hit streak. What'd you think about him back in 1937?
Back in those days.
Mm-hmm. Did you get word by telegraph, Gambo, that G. Walker had a 27-game hit streak?
Horse and buggy, I think in 37, right? Horse and buggy.
The mail, the horseback mail carriers came by and let you know that G. Walker had a 27-game hit streak. And then Ildemaro Vargas, the third longest hit streak to start a season in the last 90 years of Major League Baseball.
LaFleur. I loved Ron LaFleur as a player.
He's obviously not going to hit 400, but the idea that he could end up the season as a 300 hitter, can he do that? Can he be a regular in this lineup every single day and continue to contribute, not at a 400 level, but at a 300 level?
Why not? Why not?
I'm asking. I don't think there's any reason why not.
300?
Yeah. Can he do? He's never done anything like close to that in his career.
If you said, guess what his batting average is going to end up, I'd say 285. I don't know, but 300, I mean, it's just a little bit of a stretch. But if you say, hey, 285 would be his best ever, right?
Career batting average is 257.
Yeah, I'm going to say his batting average is going to end up 285.
Okay. The warm weather is here. Arizona Sports and Fulton Homes reminds you 2 seconds is too long to take your eyes off your kids around water. To learn about the 5 layers of protection, text the word swim to 620-620. What are the Arizona Cardinals' greatest needs now that the draft is over? That's next on Burns and Yebo.
He's the president of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Derek Hall talks D-backs baseball with Bickley and Murata. Thursday mornings at 7:45. Brought to you by Freeway Chevrolet. Watch it on YouTube. Listen on the Arizona Sports app and 98.7.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-881-4300. 800-881-4300. 800-881-4300.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here with my great friend Shane O'Hanrahan, GM of Chapman BMW, the guy that can make your car buying dreams come true.
It's true, Dan. I can't tell you how many times somebody has called or emailed me and asked for me by name and said, hey, Dan Bickley sent me to get the hookup. And you know what? We make it happen. So put me to the test. I will make your dreams come true.
That's Chapman BMW, 2 great locations.
1 great experience.
Wolf, you've had All Pro Shade concepts at your house for a couple of years now. What is one thing you tell your listeners about them?
Oh, buddy, you gotta have shade.
Exactly. You want to cool down your patio?
You gotta have shade.
That's right. And how about a little privacy?
You gotta have shade.
Want a comfortable outdoor space for your whole family to enjoy?
You gotta have shade.
Wolf, can you say anything else?
Do like I did. Get your free estimate at allproshade.com. That's allproshade.com. Because you gotta have shade.
Luke Lipinski back to tell you about Orchard. It's home selling season, and the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home is settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard, though. The whole buying and selling process can be a grind. Lowball offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. Don't do that, though. It's your home we're talking about, and you don't have to settle when you sell with an Orchard agent. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale. Their local agents help you sell on the market for top dollar. They're some of the most experienced agents around town, and here's how they do it. First, Orchard will give you cash up front to buy and move into your new home. Get that part done. Do it on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then, once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent will help sell your home on market for top dollar. One Orchard customer recently said, I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing, which was amazing. That is amazing. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell, but still get top dollar for your home with Orchard. If you're curious how much your home is worth, visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
The Burns and Gambo Need to Know Social Poll. Presented by Sanderson Ford.
All right, we got on the air a little late because of that Diamondbacks game today. They lost 6-5 to the Chicago Cubs, so we have not rolled out our Twitter poll question of the day until right now. So for the first and only time today, here is Lauren with the Twitter poll question of the day. Sorry, we didn't mean to cut your airtime off by a Diamondbacks game that ran really, really long.
Oh, I really take it personally.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. You should. More airtime for Lauren. I'm all for it. What's poll
Good
question?
night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh,
come on.
1 more hour, Gambo.
Come on.
I'm good.
You can make it, Gambo. You really can.
I can do
Come on.
it.
You can do it. What do we got? What are we asking today? I don't even know.
Poll question today comes from the mind of Mitch.
Mitchy Mitch?
Mitchy Mitch. Are you familiar with his
Who is
work?
to blame for the Denver Nuggets collapse to the Minnesota Timberwolves? Is it A, Nikola Jokic, B, Jamal Murray? Is that the question?
No,
No.
sadly.
Okay.
I am interested in his answer to that, though. But it's about the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
And we're asking, as of right now, who would you rather have be the Cardinals starting quarterback week 1 of the season? Carson Beck, Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew,
Come on.
or Aaron Rodgers?
There it is.
Aaron Rodgers should come in last place on this vote.
Aaron Rodgers better not get a vote. I want to see a big, fat, bagel goose egg donut hole next to his name on this one. Jacoby Brissett. I want him to be the week 1 starter.
Me too.
Mitch would win our little in-house bet, by the way, if Jacoby Brissett.
What's he get for that?
Lunch. We all buy him lunch. We all chip in and buy him
All right,
lunch.
there you go. He's like tomahawk steak? No, Mitch, no. You want Flower Child? We'll get you that.
Pizza, Flower Child, something like that.
37% of our audience going with Carson Beck.
Okay.
Number 2?
33% going with Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, so that's 70%, only 30 left.
26% going with Aaron Rodgers.
Wow, a quarter of our audience wants that old, washed-up Aaron Rodgers here.
4% going with Gardner Minshew.
Danica Patrick's like, nope, hell no, he's not coming here. He's not coming here.
Nearly 7 times the people who voted for Gardner Minshew voted for Aaron Rodgers.
Look, nobody wants to see Gardner Minshew be the starting quarterback. Let's just call it like it is.
Well, I know,
I also don't want to see Aaron Rodgers be the starting.
Aaron Rodgers should be 0 on this. But apparently he's not.
No, he's got a double-digit number next to him.
Wow. Okay, I don't get it.
Because there are people that are not diehard Cardinals fans that just get enamored with big names.
You think that's what it is?
How else would you explain it?
I could theorize that there are at least some people who think that Aaron Rodgers is just good enough to win them enough games to make them interesting next year.
Could they be former Packer fans that are here?
That too.
Okay, now put up another question. Why the hell would you vote for Aaron Rodgers, the 26% of you that voted? For the 26% of you that voted Aaron Rodgers, why? We just want to know why. What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you people? That's our poll question. You can find it on the Burns and Gambo Twitter page, at Burns and Gambo. One word is where it's at as we welcome you into this Friday edition here on Burns and Gambo. Talking about the Arizona Cardinals and this Aaron Rodgers story. We'll circle back to that coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. The draft is officially completely in the rearview mirror now. It's a week old. One story on The Athletic. And I've seen some harsh grades on the Cardinals draft class. I mean, it mostly good. You know, everyone kind of questions the Jeremiah Love value and Carson Beck in the third round. But for the most part, the reviews they're getting are good. One Athletic writer, and I'm not sure which one.
Analytics.
Looked at it from an analytic standpoint and gave the Cardinals a big, fat F for their work in the draft.
His name is Austin Mock for The Athletic.
Okay. I'm familiar with him.
Austin Mock. By the way, he also gave the Bears an F and the Seahawks an F. He gave 5 Fs in his grades, 5 of them. He said, you know, I may have slightly different take than you are used to seeing on draft grades. I'm trying to find the teams that are going to gain the most surplus value. The actual on-field value a prospect has relative to their rookie contract salary out of their draft picks. Team fits matters, of course, but at the end of the day, premium positions don't hit free agency very often, so teams need to find those cornerstone pieces in the draft. He says to expand on surplus value, take the difference between the NFL's 5 highest paid edge rushers and its 5 highest paid running backs. When you factor in those costs against rookie contract, using high picks on premium positions not only saves money against the cap, but it also provides a ton of roster flexibility. This is something you brought up several times, both before the draft and Jeremiah Love. He's going to be the 7th highest paid player in the NFL at running back. You're going to pay him $52 million. He's going to be getting paid more than the top free agents are getting, more than Kenneth Walker just got, who had a great year for Seattle and went to Kansas City. So the top free agents aren't getting this. So he's saying when you factor that in, the value of a position for the player based on your needs and where you are, he gives the Cardinals an F.
Okay, using that as your baseline for analysis, I can see why they got an F. Using just that alone, like they're basically saying how much value you should expect to receive from the positions, the players, the positions that you drafted. Now I can see why they would get graded very, very poorly, because they took a running back in the first round, a guard in the second round, a defensive tackle in the 4th round. You know, like they just, in terms of premium positions, they really, outside a quarterback in the 3rd, they really didn't draft one.
But here's the thing that's interesting. He says, I have little doubt that Jeremiah Love will be a good running back. But the Cardinals are in no position to get the most out of a back given the current state of the roster. They've got issues on the offensive line at wide receiver, and that's before we get into the conversation over who's starting at quarterback. I'm not saying this is going to be identical to when the Giants selected Barkley, but that's where my mind keeps going.
Yeah, it is going to be, I'm not going to say it's the never-ending debate, but it will certainly go on for a while in terms of, you know, because people will, this is going to be so unfair. People are going to look at Jeremiah Love's production and they're going to compare it to the win-loss record of the Arizona Cardinals as if that's the only thing responsible for the Arizona Cardinals win-loss record. That's not fair. But I think that's going to happen not across the board, but I think by some people they're going to say, "Yeah, you drafted a running back with the 3rd overall pick, and look at that, you went 4-13 in year 1. Oh, what were you thinking?"
Thinking of Archie Manning.
I don't think that's fair.
Thinking Archie Manning,
and I think that's going to happen. But look, we'll find out. We're going to find out. We're going to find out if the Cardinals took a big swing, made a big miss. The value thing is going to be debated for years to come.
Are we going to find out? Jeremiah Love rushes for 1,200 yards, catches 30 passes, wins Rookie of the Year. They go 3-14. What did we find out?
I think we'll find out over the course of his 4 or 5 year contract.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Not in year. We won't find out squat in year 1. By year 3, we'll know. We'll know whether it was worth it or not. We'll know whether they made the right choice or not, or whether they misappropriated value.
What player do you compare him against? Averill Reese? Mawanoa?
Yes. Ruben Bain, probably. I mean, those are probably.
Tampa was thrilled to get him, by the way.
I mean, I'm just going off of the Gambo 5. Those are the 3 they could have had that were on the 5, right?
Yes.
That they didn't.
Yeah. The number 1 on their board when they got to their pick was Love. Number 2 was Bailey. Number 3 was Mawanoa. Number 4 was Reese. Number 5 was
Ruben Bain.
Ruben Bain Jr.
So we go with
That's what I have.
The 3 on the Gambo 5 that were available. I will compare him to those. When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show here, we turn our attention back to the Arizona Diamondbacks. How many innings into the game does Ryan Nelson need to pitch tomorrow to help the Diamondbacks get a win? Can you give us 8, Ryan? Can you give us 8? That's next on Burns and Gambo.
High school sports on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader, and the Kevin McCabe Show. Every Saturday morning, 9 to 11. His nickname is The Dean, and it's earned because no one supports high school sports in Arizona like Kevin McCabe does. Catch the Kevin McCabe Show Saturday morning, 9 to 11 on the Arizona Sports app on your phone and 98.7 in your car.
AC, plumbing, and electric. Nobody does it better than Christian Brothers to handle all of your needs. This is the time. It's going to start getting hot. You know it. We're right there. We're right on the verge of having our AC units on until freaking Thanksgiving, right? And it gets hot, and we have high bills. You know how to lower those bills? A properly tuned up air conditioning unit. Yeah, a properly efficient running AC unit is not going to work as hard to cool your house. A lot of people, they don't have the condenser coils clean. They don't have the condensate drain line flush. They don't do all the little things that it takes to keep your unit up and running. That's where Christian Brothers comes in. They do a $50 tune-up where they get their hands dirty. They also go through every single major component. I'm talking about the capacitors, the motor, the start gear. They're going to check the airflow, the coil temperature splits, the refrigerant levels, all of it to make sure that your home stays cool all summer long. Every tune-up includes a full health report. You'll know exactly how your system is working. Christian Brothers is a 3-generation family-owned company. They're techs, certified, background checked, and trained to the highest standards in the state. Call 602-222-3535. That's 602-222-3535.
Exciting news from the Window Depot. Their brand new location is now open in Surprise. Discover the largest selection of vinyl windows, doors, cabinets, countertops, flooring, and more. Their experts are here to make your vision a reality with exclusive special order options and a wide selection of in-stock inventory available to go home today. For the best price and the biggest inventory, visit one of their 5 Valley locations or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Hello?
Hey sis, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsburg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for Mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsburg.com.
Hey, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. An engagement ring might be one of life's biggest purchases. That's why our rings come with an all-inclusive free lifetime warranty that gives you peace of mind without any fine print. How can we offer such an incredible warranty? We take pride in crafting our rings with care and stand behind our quality craftsmanship. After all, this is a family heirloom you'll own forever. Bring in your ring for cleaning, resizing, and repairs anytime you want. We'll make sure it's as sparkly and secure as the day you bought it, fixing prongs, replacing side stones, and so much more. This type of maintenance could cost you $2,000 or more somewhere else. Under our warranty, it's all free. We even protect your diamond. Other warranties don't. Our rings are crafted to last. But in the rare case you lose your diamond, we'll replace it. At Shane Company, your engagement ring purchase isn't just a one-time transaction. We're here to be your jeweler for life, because a friend always has your back. Come by to learn more in store or visit shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
If you're waiting for someone to come along and make your private student loan debt disappear, I need to be honest with you. That's not how private loans work. There's no forgiveness programs on the way, but there is YRefi, and they are the next best thing I've seen for people in this situation. Hi, it's Vince Marotta, and YRefi helps people with distressed or defaulted private student loan debt refinance into a low fixed-rate payment they can actually handle. They don't make you feel bad about where you are. They don't grill you about how you got here. They meet you where you are and work with you to build something that makes sense for your budget, your income, your real life. If other lenders have told you no, that's actually where YRefi does their best work. They were built for the people traditional lenders give up on. Your private student loans don't get to define your future. Take back control today. Call 888-YREFI-85 or visit YRefi.com. That's the letter Y, REFY.com.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Live from the Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort Studio.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
I'm Mitch Vareldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. In Game 1 of their series against the Cubs, the Diamondbacks tried clawing their way back after an early 6-1 deficit. Unfortunately, they could not complete said comeback. Final score today, 6-5. The good news, however, is that Ildemaro Vargas just keeps on hitting. He pushed that hit streak to 27 straight games, 24 straight in the 2026 season. Vargas went 4 for 4 today at the plate, reached base 5 times. Game 2 of the series will be tomorrow afternoon at 11:20. Checking in on the NBA playoff slate, we've got 2 of those 3 Game 6s currently in action. Right now in Orlando, the Magic are trying to advance past the 1-seeded Pistons. About 2.5 to play until halftime, and the Magic are sitting pretty, up 16, 54-38 as we get close to halftime. Up north of the border in Toronto, the Cleveland Cavaliers currently lead 30-24. About 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cavs up 3-2 in that series. Later tonight, we'll get Lakers and Rockets at 6:30. Lakers up 3-2 in that series. And then how about some hockey? Stanley Cup playoffs, some intriguing Game 6s on the ice. We're through one period of play in Montreal, and the Canadiens and Tampa Bay Lightning are tied. Montreal is win in advance. Buffalo in Boston, they just opened up their lead a little bit wider. They now lead 2-0 goals-wise. 7:17 to go in the first period there. And then later tonight, 7 p.m., Golden Knights, Utah Mammoth. Knights up 3-2 in that series. This report is brought to you by Four Peaks. Text SEATS to 620-620 for your chance to win 4 tickets to the Saturday, May 9th D-backs home game against the Mets. Plus, you'll get food and beverage credit. That's SEATS to 620-620.
Here are your top 3 headlines on ArizonaSports.com. I'm Bailey Leisure. Ildemaro Vargas extends hitting streak as Zack Gallen struggles and D-backs' loss to the Cubs. Dan Bickley writes Mat Ishbia has earned trust in handling the Suns' turnaround, but here comes the hard part. And Cardinals' Mat Ishbia is still leaving the starting quarterback door open. Those are your top 3 headlines on ArizonaSports.com.
I saw this today. You're going to remember this. On this day in NBA history,
yeah,
Rex Chapman shot.
Oh, against the Sonics.
Against the Sonics.
The running.
Sonics, the running one-legged fadeaway three-pointer.
Yeah, fantastic.
Forced overtime in Game 4, one of the historic shots in the history of the Phoenix Suns. That was on this day in 1997.
I remember very well. I can almost still hear Al McCoy's play call in my head. He was so excited.
Head coach of that team?
Head coach of that, what year was it again?
97.
Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Ainge. I always get the Frank Johnson. No, it went Frank.
Cotton.
It went Paul, back to Cotton, Frank, Danny, Skiles.
Danny and then Skiles.
Right? Wasn't that the order?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's those years were kind of a blur because we're going to talk Diamondbacks here, but those years are kind of a blur because in many ways they're what we're seeking to avoid out of our Suns now. They were always just the 7th or 8th seed and got bounced in the first round. They were never they were good, but not good enough to do anything beyond being the 8th seed and losing to the number 1 seed. Yeah. That was it.
That was the let's go get Rodney Rodgers and Tony Delk. Because Jerry was the whole pay-per-view thing. You had to get, he was trying to make his product popular so they can make money.
Yeah. Diamondbacks for a second there, we thought maybe.
Now the 2-0. Swung on. That's a high, deep drive out to left field. Long run for Ian Happ. He is looking up, and that is into the basket. 3-run shot for Perdomo. And it's a 1-run game.
It was into the wind, too. The wind was blowing straight in all day. I believe Geraldo Perdomo's first home run since opening day. Made it a 6-5 game in the top of the 6th. So the Diamondbacks had plenty of other chances to get that 1 run back and at least send it to extras, and they weren't able to do it. They lost to the Cubs today in the opener 6-5.
Frustrating game, frustrating start for Zack Gallen. 28 pitches in the first inning, 3 runs. Alek Thomas and Ildemaro Vargas going back on a ball. It kind of just dropped in because of the wind. That was a bad play. Then Gallen couldn't get out of that 4th inning. They had to come get Ryan Thompson in the game to get him out of trouble. The bullpen was great. Ginkel was great. And they held on, and they gave the Diamondbacks a chance. Perdomo hits the 3-run homer. It's a 1-run game. But, man, then they went, like, the last 3 innings without really doing any damage with chances to tie it up. They just even pinch hit Ketel Marte to try to see if they could get a big bop right there. He pinch hit for Adrian Del Castillo. I think he hit into a fielder's choice, but they were never able to – They were never able to get that tying run across the plate. I thought we were headed for extra innings. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, after the Perdomo homer, Vargas singled. I'm just looking to see how many hits they had. Vargas
I'm going to say 2.
Singled, and Vargas walked. That's it. They had a single and a walk, and
just
I believe
two base runners.
2 base runners after they made it a 1-run game, and only 1 single after they made it a 1-run game. That was it. Yeah, Vargas had the single.
Frustrating game.
It was a frustrating game, and we've entered a frustrating time for Diamondbacks baseball. And you said it earlier, and you're not wrong. Every team in Major League Baseball goes through pockets like this, and it's not to excuse it. It's not to say that everything's going to be okay. But it also is very common. Every team kind of goes through what the Diamondbacks are going through. The question is, how long are they going to stay there? And the question is almost directly proportional to when are they going to get a quality outing from a starting pitcher. I mean, at this point, you know me. There's stats that I like, stats that I don't. I'm not a big fan of the quality start stat. I don't love it.
You don't love the 6 innings, 3 or fewer runs?
I just, to me...
I kind of like that one.
I always, I don't know, higher standards. I'd like 7 innings, 21 outs, which is...
I'll take 5 out of this staff now.
That's the point I was going to make.
Okay.
At this point, I would love a quality start out of the Diamondbacks.
Right.
I would take 6 innings, 3 runs or fewer. Every day that ends in Y right now with the stretch they're in now.
Who's going to give it to you? When was the last time I'm going to look this up.
Soroka.
Last time it was Soroka.
Soroka, 7 innings. Yeah.
That's right.
It's the last time.
And that was 2 starts ago for him? Because the last start was not that good.
Yeah,
we're running into a problem here where, and you brought this up early, and it's a very good point. The amount of bullpen, the bullpen usage on this team is just so freaking high. You're starting to get into the danger zone.
Danger Will Robinson.
Right. Danger Will Robinson. Like you're having to use all these relievers every single day. And this is with McCann pitching 4 times. You're going to roll starters out there that can't get you through to the 6th. You're going to blow out your bullpen by July. You're going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they don't, and Jack Summers brought this up on his website. The Diamondbacks don't have a lot of roster flexibility to be able to move arms up and down. They did it today.
Garcia.
They brought up Brandon Garcia. They put Philip Abner back down just to give themselves a fresh arm. But there aren't a lot of movable pieces in that bullpen to be able to, just about everybody has a set, fixed position that you wouldn't want to sacrifice. Ryan Thompson's not going anywhere. Ginkel, Loaizaga, Seawald, Murillo, Taylor Clark. Those guys aren't going. Brandon Pfaadt. Those 7 guys right there. You can't move any of those dudes. You've got one spot in the bullpen that you've got the flexibility to send a guy down, bring a guy up, send a guy down, bring a guy up, and that's it.
But think about your options, too. Your options when a guy gets blown out before the 5th inning is bring in your long guy, which is Brandon Pfaadt, and have him pitch. But then if he goes 4 innings, he's basically done for a week.
Yep.
Right? Or you could piece it together and use 5 relievers to get you through the rest of the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and maybe the 9th. And by that time, now you've blown out 5 guys who can't pitch the next day.
And part of the problem, too, is you want to give Brandon Pfaadt 4 innings because you have to keep him stretched out.
Yeah, have to.
Because the minute you start to shrink him and say, well, let's throw him 2 here so that we can throw him 2 3 days from now instead of then you lose the ability to turn him into a starter in case you have to. You have to keep Brandon stretched out to a certain extent. So it's almost, you're right, you almost need your 8th guy in the bullpen to be another long guy, somebody who can just eat some innings and not a selective situational reliever who can come in when the game situation dictates it.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot to be in for them. And it's a tough spot for Torey, too. And I know people love to bag on Torey. I've already seen it on our YouTube chat. I get it. There are some people who will be very happy when Torey Lovullo is not the manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks. But think about this from Torey's perspective. He knows he's got to have a quick hook with his starters because these games this time of year might be the ones that keep him out of the playoffs in September. But he also knows he's got to keep a longer hook with his starters. Otherwise, he's going to destroy his bullpen before Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Torey Lovullo is in...
It's almost a no-win situation,
A little bit, yeah. Like I can imagine every single game for him as a, oh, crap, what do I do?
Yeah, you're down. What were they down today? They were down
6-1?
6-1. Do I just give up the game and let them and just put in somebody if they score for, or do I try to keep it and see if we can battle back? But to do that, I've got to use Thompson.
Exactly.
I've got to use Ginkel. So do I try to give myself a chance because it's early enough in the game? And so today he did that. He tried to come in and give his team a chance. They came back, just not all the way back.
Todd Walsh was standing next to Torey Lovullo in the dugout when Torey Lovullo apparently yelled as loud as he could, "Wake up," in the middle of that game. He probably said something else that was an expletive, but here's what Torey Lovullo said about that.
Yeah, I know you're down there, and you heard me letting it eat a little bit with those guys. At that point, I need to get their attention. I need to straighten them up a little bit. It was unacceptable what I was watching for the first couple innings, and everybody was. You can include everybody. One through 26. They all needed to be kind of tightened up a little bit. And, I'm like the corner man. At that point in time, you got to be able to get their attention quickly and say the right things and the right cues. And I felt like that was the best thing for me to do at that point in time.
I always hated when the corner man would give you advice.
Did you? You're like, shut up, old man. Leave me alone.
A guy named Pete Brodsky.
Shut up, Pete. I'm getting my ass kicked. I know.
You need to triple up on the jab. You need to keep him off you. You got to triple up on the jab. Double's not enough. You got to go jab, jab, jab. I can't. I've tried.
Pete, I'm trying, Pete.
I'm trying.
It's not there, Pete.
Pete, I'm just trying to get to the end of this fight without getting knocked out, Pete. Just don't say anything.
Pete, I appreciate you. I really do. But I need you to shut the bleep
down
up.
My face right. Get the stitch guy ready. I'm going to need a lot of stitches after this one.
4 peaks in the Diamondbacks are a perfect combo. Text the word seats to 620-620. Your chance to win 4 tickets and catch the action at Chase Field. When we come back, is it possible Carson Beck is actually on the inside track to start in week 1 for the Arizona Cardinals? We'll talk about it coming up here on the Burns and Gambo Show.
The Arizona Sports YouTube channel. Just the local sports leader doing what we do on YouTube. Serve yourself some Arizona sports for live shows, podcasts, viral clips, shorts, and more. Subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
All right, back here for Global Credit Union. Arizonans changing what people from Arizona can expect from their money when it comes to their checking accounts and their savings accounts and their loans, because Global Credit Union, and I'm a member of Global Credit Union, I'm here to tell you it is real. They have lower fees. They have no fees. They have better rates when it comes to their loans. Everything is with the idea in mind of how can you save more of your money for the things that you really want to spend it on, whether it's that house or whatever else it is. How can you keep more of your money in your pockets? And how can you get the customer service that you deserve when you're going to put all of your money into Global Credit Union? 24/7, 365, live U.S.-based customer service. Whenever you have a question, you will get an answer from a live U.S.-based representative when you bank with Global Credit Union. Joining is really simple. Sign up online at globalcu.org or stop by any of their 9 Phoenix area branches. Global Credit Union, better rates, fewer fees, real savings, and the kind of service that makes your money work smarter for you.
You know, at first I looked in the backyard because my mom had a pool. I did not see anything. So we went and looked in the other places. And then I was like, you know what, let me just look one more time outside. And I see Eric in the middle of the pool. At that time, my husband had finally come into that backyard. He jumped into the middle of the pool, grabbed him, and brought him off to the side of the pool. And we both started CPR as my mom was calling 911.
And then they landed a helicopter in the middle of the street, picked him up, and flew him to Phoenix Children's Hospital.
That ride took forever.
As soon as we got there, they put us in a little room, and the doctor came in and said we tried for an hour and a half.
And they couldn't get him.
Needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall Tire Dressing. Plus, get 4 times O-Rewards points now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With Smart Business Buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here. Will the Diamondbacks still be above 500 when we get back on the air on Monday? We'll discuss our baseball team. Fun begins at 6 a.m. on Arizona Sports, the Arizona Sports app, the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
That is a good question. We will find out. 2 more games against the Cubs, 11:20 on both Saturday and Sunday. In the meantime, Gambo, it was almost exactly a week ago from right now. The Arizona Cardinals selected Carson Beck with the first pick in the 3rd round. That was last Friday.
Right after we got off the air.
Right after we got off. Mitch and Kellen were on the air when it went down.
I was like, all they need to do is not take a quarterback in the 3rd round. We'll be good. Go get yourself some help on defense.
I was the same way.
And when they did that Carson Beck thing.
And you better believe it. I
hope Carson Beck's great.
I hope he is too. I mean, but just in case, I'm keeping a list of all the guys they could have had at number 65 and wondering if any of them turn out to be any good, you know, because it's like we talked about on Monday. It's what are the odds you're going to find a starting quarterback for the next 5 years in the 3rd round of the draft? It's pretty slim. Where the odds that you can find a player at just about any other position that can contribute over the next 5 years, there's a decent chance you can do that. with defensive tackle, with inside linebacker, with edge, whatever the case may be.
I think the chance for a star quarterback in the third round is 2%. The chance for a good starter is around the 7 or 8% mark.
Yeah.
So it's
slim.
It's slim.
It is
slim.
And yet
they keep taking quarterbacks in the third round, the NFL teams.
They do, because they all think they've cracked the code, right? They all think they've... And
the
with
Da Vinci Code.
And with Carson Beck, I can understand why they might look at him and say, but look, he's big. But look, he's got experience.
Yeah.
But look, he's gone through adversity. He's tough. He's all of these things. Monty Ossenfort, general manager of the Cardinals, was on Mad Dog Radio yesterday. And
the original sports radio icon.
Mad Dog, Mike.
Mike and the Mad Dog.
Mike and the Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I used to go on that show quite a bit back in the day.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. I was a guest on that show a lot.
Hi, John. What you got to say for me, John?
Yeah. I used to go on that show a lot, yeah.
Mad Dog still is
Is
Francesa still doing stuff? Because Mad Dog's all over ESPN. Is Francesa still doing anything?
I not major.
Okay.
But I think he might do like some podcast or something.
Okay.
But I haven't listened to
Mad Dog. I watch Mad Dog on
years.
ESPN yelling at Stephen A. Smith all the time. They're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Monty Ossenfort was on Mad Dog Radio yesterday. And this comment, I want you to listen to this 25-second soundbite.
Okay.
And see if there's anything in here that leads you to believe there's even a possibility Carson Beck could be the week 1 starter. Okay?
I'm listening.
3, 2, 1, go.
In terms of Carson, what that means, just really excited to add him to the group. We got 2 guys that have played and started a lot of games in the NFL, and Jacoby and Gardner. I think that's going to be a great competition. And, we'll add him in here and we'll bring him in and see how much he can handle. And, we'll just see how that competition plays out in that room. And in the end, the guy who's going to give us the best chance to win, that's who's going to be out there coming on Sundays.
Sure. I would say there's a chance.
Okay.
I love that response, Cliff. That's a great answer.
He wasn't on with Mad Dog. He was on Adam Shine's show.
Adam Shine, the Arizona Cardinals.
The outstanding general manager from your Arizona Cardinals, my guy, the great Steve Keim.
Steve Keim. Keim time. You don't still have the Keim time jersey, do you?
It's in a box somewhere.
Oh, it is?
It's in a box in the garage.
Okay.
I still have it.
How much longer before that box in the garage goes to Goodwill or the garbage can?
Do you know there are just certain things that I don't feel like you can take to Goodwill? Because you don't, like there are certain, I don't know, I just feel like there are certain items that, like when my wife, I won't say the name of the company, but my wife worked for a company for 17 years. And when she got let go from that company, she felt bad about taking all of the gear that she had from that company and taking it to Goodwill, because what if somebody that she used to work with went to Goodwill and found a bunch of shirts for the company that she used to work with? She's just, I don't know if she's like, I think I should just throw these away, because what if somebody goes to Goodwill, buy a shirt, and they see the shirt for the company that I used to work at? They're going to know I gave up. Like, what do you care? They fired you. What does it matter if they did? But
you're just there for that tax receipt.
I know, right? But can you imagine going to a Goodwill and you're going through you're going through the rack? A Steve Keim Arizona Cardinals.
I only know one person that had one of those.
There's only one person in the world other than Steve who has a Steve Keim jersey, and his name is Dave Burns, and he must have given it to Goodwill. So I'll probably keep it in the garage for a little while longer.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
It's in a box somewhere. Anyway, what we were talking about Monty Ossenfort. So based off of that, do you think there's at least a chance Carson Beck could be your week 1 starter?
I would doubt he'd be able to do everything necessary to be the week 1 starter. And I do think they'll get something done with Jacoby financially. And I don't know if they want him to be the week 1 starter, but he answered the question the way you should. Like, well, it'll be a competition, and I mean, they maybe Carson Beck comes in and lights the world on fire. You don't know.
You don't know.
He plays really well. You're like, man, he's just so much better. Like, you're gonna want to play the best player. It's just you're going to go up against a guy in Jacoby Brissett's got a lot of experience and knows how to read defenses and knows how to get in. And you're not there yet, So I just don't think he'd be able to do, because you're talking about, okay, what do we got? May, June, July. You have 4 months. In 4 months, is Carson Beck going to be able to pick up this offense and all that and be better than Jacoby Brissett in 4 months? I mean, I tend to doubt it.
Yeah.
But I think he's leaving that door open a little bit.
I think the X factor, too, is if Jacoby Brissett is on this roster. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be. But I also think there's at least a chance that he's...
they put all the pictures of him up throughout the facility. Like, they took all of Kyler down and they put him up. Like, everywhere you go, it says like a photo of Jacoby Brissett.
I think there's just the one, but your point is well made. Like he certainly looks like they're projecting, which if I'm Jacoby Brissett, I'm like, you mean I can't get a raise? My picture's in the media room, for goodness sakes. Look at that. There's a picture of me and Laura Rutledge after the Monday night game against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm the starting quarterback of this football team. Pay me a little more scratch. Come on, let's go.
Right.
If you can't get anything done with him, you basically have Jacoby Brissett 2.0 on the roster already. His name is Gardner Minshew, right? You've got a guy who's made plenty of starts in the NFL as your backup. Do you really need two guys on the roster who have made plenty of starts in the NFL on your roster when you might be trying to groom Carson Beck to see what he's got?
I think it's November 4th. I think it's the trade
deadline. Okay.
I mean, no matter how they're playing, if somebody wants Jacoby Brissett, you've got to listen.
When we come back here on Burns and Gambo, didn't you hear the news? Apparently, all the big stars from all the major sports are coming to Arizona here in the next couple of months. It's crazy. That's next on Burns and Gambo.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2.
A guy like Jeremiah Love, who's that dynamic and should be that much of a difference maker, should be on a team like the Cardinals. I think a lot of people nationally are upset that he didn't land on some team where it's like, oh, we can plug him right in on, the Commanders already have Jaden Daniels and all these pieces. The Cardinals were bad. They should get the guy who might be the best player in the draft.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Love telling you about the Lund Mortgage Team. They're available nights, weekends, anywhere you are in the Valley to help you with all of your mortgage needs, refinancing, new home loans, getting you pre-approved for a mortgage. It's what they do. It's who they are, and they've done a great job for me over the years, helping me with all of my mortgage situations, and they're helping a lot of people right now get pre-approved for a mortgage absolutely free. And you're saying, okay, how do I do that? You're renting a house. You're still living with your mom and dad. Like, okay, you want to buy your own house. You don't know what you can afford. Well, the Lund Mortgage Team will get you pre-approved for free. What does that mean? Well, they'll tell you exactly how you go to them. You give me your information. Here's my my tax returns. Here's what I make. Here's my salary. And they're able to put it all together and say, okay, you could look for houses in this price range. And then you go look for houses in that price range knowing that you've already got the backing of the bank to get the mortgage. You're not going to sit there and say, okay, I want to buy this house for $500,000 and then be like, oh, yeah, no, you can't get the backing for it. No, you'll already have it. You already have it. That's what pre-approval for a mortgage is all about, and the Lund Mortgage Team does it for free. So call them at 623-889-0130. It's the first step in buying the house. That's 623-889-0130.
If your current plan for Mother's Day is still flowers and brunch, time to call an Audible. Space Solutions designs, builds, and installs custom mudrooms, closets, and pantries. It's time to upgrade the place she keeps running every day. Here's the play. Grab a Space Solutions gift card and let her choose a custom mudroom, closet, pantry, whatever she needs most. That's a better play. Text SPACE to 620-620 or visit spacesolutionsaz.com. Message and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
In baseball, every decision matters. One pitch can change the game. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And like a good manager, building a strong financial plan takes strategy and the right team.
Torey Lavello here. Jeff's right. In baseball, you can't just watch one part of the field. You have to see the whole game.
And that's how we think about financial planning. Most advisors just manage investments and refer you somewhere else for taxes or estate planning.
But the best teams work together.
Exactly. At Trajan Wealth, we built a family office model that brings everything together. Wealth, tax, estate. One team making sure every part of your plan plays well together.
That's why I trust Trajan Wealth. With my family's plan, they see the whole field.
Call Trajan today. 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial # law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
I'm Mitch Vareldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. In Game 1 of their series against the Cubs, the Diamondbacks tried clawing their way back after an early 6-1 deficit. Unfortunately, they could not complete said comeback. Final score today, 6-5. There was good news, though. Ildemaro Vargas just keeps on hitting. Make it 27 straight games now on that hitting streak, 24 to start the season, all part of a 4-for-4 day at the plate, 5 total times on base for Vargy. Game 2 of the series is tomorrow afternoon at 11:20. In the NBA playoffs, 3 Game 6s, 2 of them in action right now. They just got underway in the second half in Orlando, and the Magic they're cooking right now, but the Pistons have started off pretty well in the third quarter. 9:16 to play third quarter. Magic 62, Pistons 45. If the Magic win, they would be the first 8 seed since the 2023 Miami Heat to win in the first round of the playoffs. In Toronto, the Raptors have a small lead over the Cleveland Cavaliers. 6 minutes to go until halftime. Raptors 47, Cavs 42. Raptors need to win to force a Game 7. Later tonight at 6:30, Lakers and Rockets. Lakers up 3-2. And then quickly over in the Stanley Cup playoffs, no score still between the Lightning and the Canadiens. 7:17 to go in the second period. Through one period in Boston, the Sabres lead the Bruins 2-0, and then the Golden Knights and the Mammoth, they'll drop things at 7. This report is brought to you by Freeway Chevrolet. Now's the time to score big savings at Freeway Chevrolet. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Freeway Chevrolet off the I-10 and Ray Road.
Hey, it's Luke. What moves do the Phoenix Suns absolutely need to make this offseason? We'll talk about that Monday at 10 a.m. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah, we'll tip jar a little Ozzy Osbourne. A little Crazy Train. Black and Blue, first concert I ever went to. You guys know what Black and Blue is?
Blue Oyster Cult and Black Sabbath.
There you go. There you go. Mitch, did you know that? We called it a Black and Blue concert back in the day.
I probably would have said at least one other group, so I'll just admit defeat on
that. Yes. Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult. It was back in my day, we called it the Black and Blue concert.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything better.
I know what Sticks and Stones refers to. I got that for you if you ever ask.
Sticks and Stones can break my bones?
The Rolling Stones and...
Sticks.
Duh.
Yeah. The Windy City Tour is coming in. That's Sticks in Chicago.
You requested this song, actually. You requested
because
this.
there's a lot of crazy stuff going around right now. So there's a story out there. That Aaron Rodgers could be the quarterback of the Cardinals. Okay. There's a story out there that Bryce Harper could get traded to the Diamondbacks. And there's another story that the Suns are going to get Zion Williamson. We live in a crazy train world. Arizona
we
seems
are going
to be,
off the rails on a crazy train.
We're going off the rails. We seem to be the dumping ground for everybody's, players that they don't want anymore. We seem to be it. Just throw Arizona in there. He'll go there. The Phillies are a mess. They're going to get rid of Bryce Harper. The Diamondbacks, they need a first baseman. They'll go there. Zion, where can Zion go? Get him into the Suns. They need a power forward.
I've actually got some sound on all of these crazy things. So let's go first with Aaron Rodgers and the Arizona Cardinals. We talked about this a little earlier. This is Charles Robinson on the Inside Coverage podcast suggesting Rodgers to Arizona might be a possibility.
The Arizona Cardinals have a bridge quarterback who all of a sudden wants to get paid like Kirk Cousins. Jacoby Brissett, I think he wants more money. Who's their offensive coordinator in Arizona?
Oh, but you're talking about Nathaniel Hackett being their offensive coordinator, yes.
If you're going to pay a quarterback $20 million to put butts in seats, and you've got an offensive coordinator who's best buddies with Aaron Rodgers, what quarterback do you think will put butts in seats in Arizona?
But the one reason it doesn't make sense is I don't think they're that good.
What a conversation that was.
Siciliano with the elbow.
Yes, Siciliano.
Aaron Rodgers. There's Aaron Rodgers.
Siciliano from the top rope.
Wow.
Coming down with a giant, right in the middle of the thing in the middle. That was fantastic.
You got another one?
Yeah, I got
yeah.
Greg Amsinger.
Hit me with your best shot.
I got Greg Amsinger last night on MLB Network wondering about Bryce Harper to the Diamondbacks.
Bryce Harper needs to change the scenery. After everything Dave Dombrowski said and that relationship, and he doesn't look happy. And we're all big Bryce Harper fans. He's not playing poorly. He's on pace for 35 home runs, over 100 RBIs. But does he look happy? Is there a different scenery that would fit Bryce Harper?
I would agree with you, but I think Don Mattingly.
Oh.
What are you looking at?
The
Arizona?
The desert.
The desert.
Diamondbacks? Diamondbacks.
Just send him to the D-backs?
Ketel Marte, Brandon Pfaadt for Bryce Harper.
You get a second baseman. Stott has struggled a little bit.
We're
you
going
know what?
off
I mean,
the
that would be a
rails.
blockbuster.
On a crazy train. Da, 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 da. Makes me want to bite a bat's head off.
We're never going to survive unless we get a little bit crazy.
No, I mean, he's only signed through 2031. Harper.
Freaking Tel Marte.
He got a 13-year, $330 million contract. Insanity. You don't have one on Zion. Tell me you don't have a Zion.
I don't have any sound on Zion.
Okay.
No. So give me the Zion one. Tell me
the
where the Zion thing
Zion
came from.
that was a Bleacher Report story that I was looking at, and I'm going to find it right here. And it said that players that could be on the move and where their best fit would be. And they said the number one landing spot for Zion Williamson is the Phoenix Suns. This season, Suns endeared themselves to this fan base by scrapping, clawing, and hustling their way to the top end of the bunch's best case scenarios, winning 45 games, da-da-da-da-da. And then it says Booker could hugely benefit from a reliable play finisher, and Williamson has historically been a 20-plus point scorer and around a 60% shooter. His downhill attack would pull defenders with him, giving Book the kind of breathing room he missed this season.
Are you familiar with the thing they do on the morning show called Start, Sit, Bench? Are you familiar with Start, Sit, Bench?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to play this game
Start,
here?
sit, cut.
Oh, start, cut. Wait.
No. Start, sit, cut.
Start, sit, cut. Thank you.
We
I got
can't
it wrong.
mislead
I
people here.
screwed it up. Start, sit, cut. We're gonna.
You would be cut for that.
I would be. So my apologies, because you're right. I totally botched that. Start, sit, cut. The four of us are going to play start, sit, cut.
Oh my goodness!
With these three trade rumors.
I'm not even ready for this.
And
Okay.
they're not even trade rumors. They're just trade concepts.
Okay. We're gonna play.
Kellen can come back in if he wants.
Kellen!
If he wants to play.
Yeah, let's play.
If Kellen wants. Kellen,
Grab
come in
a
here.
mic. Grab a mic.
Come in and play
a
with
game.
us. Come
We're gonna play a game.
Come in here. Come in here. Come sit with us. Come sit with us.
I told you, it's like that's why we're going off the rails on a crazy train.
Sure, why not? So
we're the island of misfit toys. Everybody wants to send their junk here.
So let's do it.
They don't want to send their garbage here.
So
okay.
Aaron Rodgers to the Cardinals.
Okay, write it all down so we don't know what the others are doing. Write it all down. So how does this game work? You got to explain it to me.
So you're starting the one that you think is the most likely to happen. Okay. You're sitting the one that you think is the second most likely thing to happen. You're cutting the thing that is the least likely to happen. So start, sit, cut. You're starting the one that is most likely. You're sitting the one that is the second most likely. You're cutting the one that is the least likely to happen. And you know what? Forget about likeliness to happen. You know what? I'll change the conversation. What do you want to happen? Of these three, what do you want to happen? Not what you think would happen.
None of them?
But that's the fun of the game. You have to pick the one that you would most want to happen, second most want, least
You
want.
got to fish out of the garbage here, Gambo.
Okay, so,
Sorry.
Exactly.
So this is not what we think, but what we want.
What you want.
What would I want to happen?
What you want
Do the
to happen?
contracts come with these players?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they absolutely do. They
I
absolutely
like that
do.
Gambo was outraged. I'm just asking one follow-up.
Kellen is joining us from Arizona Sports
What
at
I
night.
want to happen?
You just were in the studio when we were having the conversation.
No, sure, yeah.
And you look intrigued by it. So
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go around the room.
Okay, I got it. I got my list.
Who are you starting? Rodgers to the Cardinals, Harper to the D-backs, or Zion to the Suns? Lauren, you first. Who are you starting?
I'm starting Rodgers to the Cardinals.
Okay. Okay.
Do you think I liked saying that?
Mitch, who are you starting?
Harper.
Okay. Kellen, who are you starting?
Rodgers to Cards. It would be unbelievable business for Arizona sports. That would get us a lot more views. We need them.
Kimbo, who are you starting?
I wrote down Zion to the Suns.
Okay.
It's good views, too.
Okay.
I wrote down
A
Zion.
lot of good talking points there.
His contract's over in 27, so I could. To me, that's a factor in these things.
It's crazy. I'm starting Harper to the Diamondbacks.
Oh my goodness.
I'm starting Harper to the Diamondbacks.
Oh my goodness.
All right, who are you sitting? I just writing mine down here real quick.
And sitting means what?
Sitting means it's your second favorite idea.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
I had Harper, who I'm sitting.
Okay. Kellen?
I'll sit Zion.
You're going to sit Zion. I'm going to sit Rodgers. Lauren?
I'm going to sit Harper.
Mitch?
Sitting Zion.
Okay. And then finally, who are you cutting?
Okay, so we're all. So I'm cutting Rodgers. I want to count how many you are cutting. So I've got Rodgers as my cut. Okay,
I'm cutting Zion.
You're cutting Zion.
Kellen?
Could you guys imagine Zion in Old Town, by the way? Oh, my gosh.
Well, when he's injured for half of the season, that's probably where he'll be.
Would that man get to work or what? I'm cutting Harper to the D-backs here.
You're cutting Harper, okay?
I don't want to root for Bryce
I'm cutting Grumpy Old Man Part 2 being the quarterback of the Cardinals.
You're cutting Rodgers.
You're cutting Rodgers.
I'm cutting Zion.
You're cutting Zion.
Okay, so here's the final tallies. What we want the least, two of us want Rodgers the least, two of us want Zion the least, one of us wants Harper the least.
It's a good split.
Okay.
So it is a pretty good split. There's no over because they all suck. All the ideas are terrible.
So let's go around the table again, and everybody just give us your three. I am starting Harper. I am sitting Rodgers. I'm cutting Zion. Gambo?
Zion.
Starting Zion.
Harper.
Sitting Harper.
Rodgers.
Cutting Rodgers. Kellen?
Starting Rodgers, sitting Zion, and cutting Harper. I just ranked it based on content, pretty much. That's all I did.
Listen, I like Danica Patrick. My wife likes Danica Patrick.
So that's why
we know her.
That's why you're rooting against Aaron Rodgers.
I cannot have Aaron Rodgers here with Danica.
Oh, is that a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing.
I cannot.
Lauren?
They cannot be here together.
I'm starting Rodgers to the Cardinals. I'm sitting Harper to the D-backs, and I'm cutting Zion to the Suns.
And Mitch, final word on this.
Clown Question, Bro, beignets, and Darkness Retreats in that order.
Okay.
Oh, Zion would love our Mexican food.
Yeah, he would, and that would be a problem.
He would love it.
That would be a big problem. That would be a big problem.
Federico's 24-hour drive-through.
Yeah, that's a lot
Luka 2.0 situation.
That's a lot of carbs Zion would be consuming here in Arizona.
We are the destination. Arizona is the destinations for everybodydy's dirty rumors.
It's the last stop on the crazy train.
It is.
It's just the dart throw. It always.
We've got a
lands
guy
in
that
Phoenix,
sucks right now. He's got 5 years left on his contract for $45 million. Where do you want to send him? Arizona. Send him to Arizona.
Kellen, you and Mitch have a show to get ready for.
We do.
Thanks for popping in.
That was fun.
Appreciate you popping in
Glad
for a
I
minute.
popped in at that opportune moment. It was a lot of fun.
You and Mitch are coming up in about 15
Bye.
minutes, so stay tuned for that. Bye. When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show, Devin Booker, let's talk about him here in a minute as we come back on the Burns and Gambo show. Can he reach another level? We'll talk about that next here on Arizona Sports.
Quickly and Marana mornings.
You need to see how Carson Beck responds to the adjustment to Carson Beck, which means you need a sample size, a decent sample size.
You know, if you're looking at a starting spot, I think half a season at minimum
to see what he can do.
Yeah.
I mean, this is very much a test drive situation. Kick the tires. Take a look around. See what's dented, what's not, what needs to be worked on. Again, 8 weeks, 9 games, whatever. If it doesn't work, you can very easily move on.
Bickley and Murata, mornings on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
For over a century now, Ford has been part of America. In my family, it's been generations. Paul Calvisi here. My grandfather worked for Ford Motor. My first car, a classic Mustang, still have it. But going to our Desert Ford dealers today means getting more than a vehicle. We're talking a full suite of benefits like complimentary Ford mobile service or try Ford pickup and delivery. Yes, to and from your door, and it's easy scheduling in the Ford Pass app. Tough would be built Ford tough. More than a slogan, it's an identity of the F-Series trucks, and the all-new 2026 F-150 is the best yet. With a completely redesigned interior and exterior adventure, how about the Ford Bronco Sport? It says, let's get it, with 5 available trims so you can forge your own path. We recently bought a new Explorer at our Desert Ford dealers. Love the flexible seating up to 7. All the cargo room, the advanced tech. Bottom line, Ford is the future at our Desert Ford dealers. Just click buyfordnow.com.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
At Desert Wholesale Diamond, we believe buying a diamond should feel exciting, not overwhelming or overpriced. I'm Diamond Dave, a 4th-generation jeweler, and I've dedicated my career to helping people celebrate life's biggest moments the right way. I hand-select every diamond that comes through our office, making sure it has the right balance of cut, color, clarity, and carat weight to really sparkle. We specialize in custom jewelry from engagement rings to earrings and bracelets designed to reflect your style and your story. And because we keep our operation lean and personal, there's no high-pressure sales and no retail markup. For me, it's not just a transaction. It's about trust. That's why our clients return again and again. At Desert Wholesale Diamond, my promise is simple. Honest guidance, exceptional value, and a stress-free experience from start to finish.
Head to DiamondDaveCantor.com. That's DiamondDaveCantor.com. Or follow Dave on Instagram at DiamondDaveCantor. That's DiamondDave, Kantor.
Hey, I'm Ron Wolfley, and I'm sitting here with Garrett Lee, co-owner of Moving Team 6. Moving season is quickly approaching, and I didn't even know there was a moving season. How would you advise people?
Actually, the month of May is National Moving Month. That's right, we have a National Moving Month. Yes, we will be busy this summer, so we always recommend calling us as soon as possible. Let us come out, do an on-site estimate. Let us meet you.
If you've got a move coming up, go to movingteam6.com for more information.
Your move is our mission.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Burns and Gambo, what's on tonight?
What's on tonight? The games that we're going to watch this evening, and it's brought to you by Global Credit Union. Explore the benefits of becoming a member by going to globalcu.org, your world of financial possibilities. NBA basketball galore, 3 series that all could end tonight. And one of them certainly is trending in that direction with about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
What do you got?
The Orlando Magic are beating the Detroit Pistons 71-54.
Frauds. Pistons are frauds.
It would be the first time.
8-1.
An 8-1 since Miami beat Milwaukee a few years ago.
The famous one. Do you remember the famous one?
Yeah, it was Denver.
Then Dikembe
beating
Mutombo.
Seattle, yeah.
Dikembe Mutombo. No.
I was living in Seattle at the time that happened.
You were not.
I was, and I'm a huge Phoenix Suns fan living in Seattle. So I hated the Sonics, and I let them know every chance they get that the Suns beat the Sonics in the '93 Western Conference Final. The next year.
Were you working in sports?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a great way to endear yourself to the people. That's why you're not in Seattle anymore.
Yeah, they.
Can we get rid of this Dave Burns
I wouldn't
guy?
say they hated me, but we had fun discussions back. It'd be like if I don't know, a Cubs fan were working in our midst or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, the picture of Mutombo laying on the floor holding the ball.
Yes.
Oh, I'll never forget it, man. It was
Iconic.
great. Iconic picture. 71-54. They have a 17-point lead with about 3 minutes to go in that game. Toronto, a 10-point lead over Cleveland, trying to force a Game 7 in that series.
Good. Let's get a Game 7.
We already have one tomorrow between
Let's go
Philly and
Toronto.
Boston. And then later tonight, the Lakers taking on Houston.
In Houston,
the
right?
Lakers can advance with a win in Houston tonight.
Houston. No Kevin Durant. He's out.
No Kevin Durant. He is
Man,
out.
when the Rockets get eliminated, I think all hell's going to break loose in Houston. If they get knocked out in the first round, I think all hell's going to break loose.
What is all hell breaking loose in Houston?
I think this whole KD burner account with the players is going to come like, I could live with your BS if we're going to win. I can't live with it if we're going to get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs.
He gets traded? Does it get what does all hell breaking loose look like?
I think there could be massive changes. Massive
Coach
changes
gets
to the
fired?
roster. Maybe
KD
Coach
gets
fired.
traded?
Big trades. Could be. I mean, could the players all get together? And there's a lot on this KD stuff that really, like people haven't done a deep dive into it yet. But like you could see that there's starting to be some issues with it.
I think the way more interesting story.
Yeah.
And not that what you're suggesting isn't, I mean, we love the chaos and it'd be fun to watch from afar to see what happens with KD in another failed situation. But I think in some ways the more interesting one would be, what if they win this series without Kevin Durant?
Oh, yeah.
What does that say about them, their locker room, the players that they got? And I'm not suggesting that they're a better team without him, but the rally would be without him. Right? They'd come from 3-0 down to beat the LA Lakers, and they would have done it without Kevin Durant. That's a big deal.
So The Ringer did a story saying nothing is off the table in Houston. And it says, just a thought here. Remember how mad KD was when he found out the Suns were trying to trade him behind his back? That was my point. And then they go on to say in the story, they're talking about how many teams would be willing to part with something valuable to get KD? He's going to be 38 years old. He's got $90 million left on his contract. He leaves behind a trail of lethargy. Lethargy. Wherever he goes, along with strange layers of passive aggressiveness. It honestly can't be said enough times how childish his burner boy persona really is.
Burner boy persona.
It's not my place to psychoanalyze or explain that behavior, but I do know it's not exactly fostering a healthy workplace environment. They said The Ringer did a big story on nothing is off the table in Houston. Nothing. If they get knocked out in the first round, they say the Rockets look broken. And this, how could you survive? How could you survive Kevin Durant ripping all the players on a burner? How do you survive that?
It's really hard to do that.
Unless you're going to win it all and he's going to deliver a ring for you.
Yeah. But again, no team has ever come from behind 3-0 to win a series in the NBA. Imagine if the Rockets do it. If the Rockets...
Were they down 3-0?
Yeah, they were down 3-0. Lakers were up. Weren't the Lakers up 3-0 in this series? Yeah.
They were.
I saw a funny tweet today that was
Lakers were up 3-0.
With Kevin Durant out, if the Rockets somehow pull off the down 3-0 and win it, they would tarnish both Kevin's and LeBron's legacies all in one series.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Because LeBron would be the first player to lose being down 3-0, and the Rockets will be the first team to come back and win down 0-3 without the main guy. And it was now I know what I'm totally rooting for. I think I'm totally rooting for the Houston Rockets.
Without Durant.
Now I know. You say sports are more interesting when you have something to root for.
Yeah.
Now I have something to root for. Go Houston.
Collapse.
Go Houston. Win this thing without KD.
So
tarnish LeBron's legacy on his way out the door. Do it.
Yeah, that's a good angle. What would be more likely to get KD out of Houston? Beating the Lakers without him or losing in the first round?
Oh.
What would be more likely to get him out? What's Kellen saying? He says, if they
I
win?
I think
If they win 4 games without him.
If they lose, I think it's more likely that they burn it to the ground. Or not burn it to the ground, but that they do massive changes to start over. But it's close. That's a really good question.
It's close.
It's close.
What's worse on KD? Them winning without him or them just him going there and they don't win anything?
More high-quality sports conversation and entertainment coming your way. Kellen and Mitch, Arizona Sports at Night is next here on Arizona Sports, the local sports league.
Have a great night, everyone.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
The Arizona Sports YouTube channel for live shows, podcasts, viral clips, shorts, and more. Just the local sports leader doing what we do on YouTube. Serve yourself some Arizona sports. Subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
For windows and doors that combine style, performance, and efficiency, come to the Window Depot. We carry a large selection of Milgard windows and patio doors, with many options in stock and available today. Choose from a variety of colors, styles, and energy-efficient designs that can help improve comfort while adding value to your home. From new builds to window replacements, our team can help you find the right Milgard products for your unique project. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Ready!
Hey, it's Chris with Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning. We are a family-owned and operated business, and we have been since 1957. Our goal is to leave every customer satisfied and a smile on their face. Ready Services doesn't want to leave your home without leaving you with a 5-star experience. At Ready Services, we believe that we can do a great job at a fair price. Learn more about how we can help you at nofeeemergency.com.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here with my great friend Shane O'Hanrahan, GM of Chapman BMW, the guy that can make your car buying dreams come true.
It's true, Dan. I can't tell you how many times somebody has called or emailed me and asked for me by name and said, hey, Dan Bickley sent me to get the hookup. And you know what? We make it happen. So put me to the test. I will make your dreams come true.
That's Chapman BMW, 2 great locations.
1 great experience.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hello?
Hey sis, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsberg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for Mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsberg.com.
KMVP FM Phoenix, live from the Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort Studio. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Short pause. Hold your breath for the dynamic duo.
98.7 in your whip and the Arizona Sports app on your phone. Arizona Sports at Night with Gallen and Mitch.
Hello there. Good evening. This is Arizona Sports at Night. Back for the second straight weekday. We're going to make it 3 on Monday, too. Don't let us get hot now.
We're on a heater. We're warming up. We're like Ildemaro Vargas. We're coming for that hit streak, baby. Watch out.
We're like the opposite of James Harden in a playoff game with stakes.
No, not again.
It's kind of underway. We're going to let you know, of course, the NBA scores that are going on right now. I'm doing my typing right now to get logged into everything. It looked like Orlando was about to pull away from Detroit and advance, but it was all of a sudden a 9-point game entering the fourth quarter. A little bit of a push here by the first-seeded Pistons to try and survive.
Okay,
they won 60 games.
This is probably the only time I'm going to be able to ask this. More embarrassing first-round exit being Denver or this impending Pistons exit?
Impending Pistons exit, just because I'm trying to think of the way to phrase this. The warning signs for Detroit were there, like in terms of roster construction and limitations of the team. We didn't see them in the regular season. I think we saw the signs big time from Denver leading into where we believe there were already some fractures in place.
Yeah.
To Mitch's great delight, we'll have our own segment entirely.
I didn't ask for this.
Talking about the Nuggets. I just sent out the tweet of like, hey, we have a show on, come listen. And I didn't even try and do the thing I normally do, going through all the subjects. I was like, we're all over the place tonight. It'll be fun. Come listen. We're going to talk some NHL as well, which I'm excited to do. We're going to go more into the NBA as well. But I think the main thing that we got to start with is Diamondbacks baseball. A loss today in the series opener to the Cubs. And Mitch, this was more of the same, unfortunately, in the 6-5 loss, where we saw a little bit of the cracks showing, particularly from the starting pitching as well.
Zack Gallen really struggled in the first inning. That's where the first 3 Cubs runs came. And then I believe it was the third inning where the next batch of Cubs runners came home. And look, you can point to a plethora of things. You could point to Gallen's struggle with command in this one. And I know Torrey talked about a secondary pitch post-game. You could talk about Alek Thomas and Vargas out there at second base, going out into center field and not really communicating on who's going to catch the ball and just letting it drop in between them on a pop out that should have really gotten them out of the inning. And instead, you're staring at a 6-1 deficit after 4 innings. Torrey let his guys have it based off of a question that Todd Walsh had asked post-game. The guys seemingly responded, but just overall not a great response after getting their doors blown off 2 of the 3 games against Milwaukee, in my opinion.
I believe what you're referring to is one of the next 2 cuts I'm going to play, so I'm going to play them both.
I'm proud of them, the way we fought back, but I'm still pissed. I'm not going to lie to you. We got to be better. We got to do things up to our standard. We believe in those things. We talked about all the things that took place today that in our pregame, in our advance, and we just gave them extra outs and extra runs. And when you do that, you lose 1-run games. So I'm glad we came back. Made us all feel like we had a chance to come back and do something special and win this ball game, and that's the heart of this team. But I know at the end of it, we got to be better.
Then here's Torian yelling, "Wake up!" to his team.
Yeah, I know you're down there, and you heard me letting it eat a little bit with those guys. At that point, I need to get their attention. I need to straighten them up a little bit. It was unacceptable what I was watching for the first couple innings, and everybody was. You can include everybody. One through 26. They all needed to be kind of tightened up a little bit. And, I'm like the corner man. At that point in time, you got to be able to get their attention quickly and say the right things and the right cues. And I felt like that was the best thing for me to do at that point in time.
And, Mitch, if you go off of our tone yesterday, which was the wheels aren't falling off yet, but we're starting to, again, use what we talked about with Denver at the start. Like, the cracks are starting to show just a little bit.
There's a leak in the dam.
There's a little bit of a leak. That's a better way to put it. Thank you for the tidy cleanup work there. So this was pretty much the